3.
You know, I can't see that.
2.
Do we snap?
Boop.
Do we clap?
That's just
Boop. I don't know.
Boop. Chris likes to clap. Fucking hell.
Date horror story number 7. Psycho racist stalker.
Ooh, this is a nice ring to it.
He said, I date Filipino girls because they've usually been by their fathers or brothers, and I seem to be really
Pick a different.
mesh
pick a
well
Sean,
with
pick a different story.
Yes.
I'm going to cut that right.
Yeah.
Sean, for the love of God, pick a different story.
Did you proofread that at all? Did you? What? Did you, come on, Sean.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Xite Gaming Podcast, the place where you come for the experience.
Nice.
That sounds
I hate
terrible.
that. I hate that.
Hopefully, not too promise. My name is Chris. Thank you for joining me on what is episode 49 of the podcast. Today, I'm joined in the studio by my very best friend in the whole wide world, and DJ Smack Lachlan. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Very impromptu that you were here as well. You were not part of our plans for the entire week.
Okay. You were an accident, that's what you're saying.
You weren't
Not
wanted.
the first time I've heard that, but alright.
Thanks for being here, Sean. D, it's a pleasure.
Thank you, Chris.
Should I leave?
Look,
Look, I can leave.
Gentlemen, welcome to episode 49. It is Saturday the 27th of May. Is it 27th?
It is.
No, 26th.
26.
We are kicking
lied.
the literal crap out of May here, once again, D.
Kicking its whole
Kicking
back.
its hool. And yeah, it's just good to be here. Another week.
This is very true. You've never really sat on the left. have you?
I'm really all off because
Yeah.
normally I'm sitting back, my hands are folded. Now I don't know where to put my hands. Can't talk with my hands tonight. I'm all over the place.
You're holding
This
the
is
mic.
the Reddit, the beginning of the Reddit /subreddit /stories from Reddit /Reddit theme podcast.
Stop saying
Yeah.
Reddit.
I like Reddit. But before we get into all that, this is so off. It just feels
Yeah.
so wrong, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
It's because you're looking to the right. No. Oh my god.
I know.
Everything's wrong.
Oh, it's all off. It's really all off. And I feel for the people who are just tuning into this podcast as their first.
We're normally better. Well, okay.
I don't know.
We're normally not as bad.
Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers this week as well. It's good to have you here in your many hundreds.
You many hundreds and thousands.
Yeah.
Someday.
Yeah.
Good to have
For
some
now,
more.
for now, we're quite happy with the 93 we have.
Good to have some more new faces to the channel. Good to see you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And
I saw
Girls?
your the Scrubs video, though, did get a good amount of views.
Did?
it's
Yeah.
because he slapped it up on the Scrubs fan site
Ah, okay.
No,
and they adored
on
it.
the Scrubs Reddit.
Oh, the Scrubs.
It all
Reddit.
ties in.
And
It
did
all
it, did it
ties
get
in.
to the front page of that subreddit?
They liked it. They liked it
good.
over on the Scrubs Reddit.
Okay, this is comfortable now.
They appreciated the effort and skill that went into it.
Yeah.
What did you think of it, by the
Oh,
way?
I loved it. I
'Cause
thought
we haven't
it turned
talked
out
from that.
so well.
Didn't it?
Yeah.
Bit of self-promotion here before we begin.
Yeah, we never got talking to you about that, right now.
No. It turned out so well. I was surprised about how, because like we didn't spend all that much time on it.
Oh,
Sean, shut up.
Oh, okay. I mean, we
Hours.
put,
By hour
poured
7,
our
I
heart and
thought
soul
hours.
into. Yeah.
by, like,
Blood, sweat, and tears.
by the third day, I really thought that we were getting there. But
Yeah.
you know, the fact that it was going to take 2 more weeks really surprised me.
Yeah.
But no, it did come out really well.
Massive
like,
thanks to the studio for giving us that time. We owe you guys.
props to you, Sean, as well, because he made some pretty noticeable changes on set. We weren't happy at the time, but they worked out for the better.
Yep.
Changing the mic toppers and whatnot.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
actually
Yeah,
got
it
picked
actually
up
did
on.
work out very well.
In a
It's-
comment.
I'm the real genius behind Xite, guys.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
no,
Yeah.
no, we're
Just
not.
hit mute on
100%
that.
not. Yep. Mute his mic. Gentlemen, how have our lives been since the last time we all got together? Because it's kind of been a while. D, start us off. How's your week been?
Chris, it's been the definition of mediocrity.
Yeah.
Nothing interesting, but nothing boring exceptionally has really happened. Just right in that middle line, Chris.
Just an average week.
Slap bang in the middle.
You had an average Joe's week.
God, what an average week I had.
Yeah.
Actually, so average, it's actually an exceptionally average week.
On average.
Which would then make it not average.
Which then just makes it not exceptionally average anymore. Just
So it's not exceptionally average
You've
at
just
all,
had an average week.
yeah.
Is what you're trying to say.
but an exceptionally one.
Yeah. Good week to have. Yeah.
Been a quiet
Did you
week.
get a pizza this week?
Did I? Oh yeah, I did, Charlie.
Tell me about it.
Double decadence, large.
You put me in the mood for one last week, so I'm gonna get one tomorrow.
Nice one. I did. I said I wasn't, and then I did anyway, and I got a large one.
Was it great?
That was delicious, like.
Yeah.
But then I did sort of wise up going through the week on how I was eating next, so I'm back on the intermittent fasting. So I don't start eating to 1, and then I stop at 7 now.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah, I get 2 decent feeds in though. That's the beauty of that system. I eat like a filling lunch, and then like come 7 o'clock, I just like have a massive dinner, and I feel full the rest of the night. So it's sweet.
Excellent. Well done.
You still get to gorge yourself, but like you're fasting 60 or 18 hours of a day, so it's sweet.
Another big thing that's happened for you this week, D, is you've had the State of Decay 2 launch.
That's right, Chris.
Tell us a little bit about that, because as we know, and as fans of the channel will know, you're heavily into State of Decay.
I'm all about State of Decay.
You're all about decaying zombies
Man.
in states.
The state
Right.
that we live in.
Tell me about the state of State of Decay.
Man, it's a pretty good game.
Really?
Yeah.
Just good.
Well, like, I really enjoyed the first one,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed the second one. It's very similar to the first one. It just improves on everything about the first
Is this going to be a great game for a newcomer to the series?
Don't know. Hard to say.
Wow.
Hard to say.
What is State of Decay?
State of Decay is well, as
Is
you
it
can probably
set in a certain state?
as you can probably tell from the name, it's set in space.
Oh, really?
No, yeah, it's a zombie game. That's
Oh,
what it is.
set in space?
No,
Oh, okay.
set on Earth. Yeah, it's like essentially, Sean, instead of being like like you're being like overrun by zombies, you're just like killing zombies with like different weapons and all this other shit, like kind of like action orientated.
Tell them
games.
the beauty of the game, though, if you die.
I'm getting there.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
building to that. So, this is about survival, like at its like bare bone basics. So you have like a small group of survivors. You gotta get supplies. You gotta keep them happy.
Okay.
Keep
This is
giving
the
them.
story mode, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's not like,
Well, the story mode is basically non-existent. Like,
but they're
it's there.
computer characters, they're not other.
Yeah, they're
players.
They're
No, okay.
computer characters. And you can play as any of them. So if you have a group of like 5 people, you can play as any of those
okay,
5.
that's pretty cool. I like that.
And then the way the time works is like you can't like go to sleep and like go through a night and wake up the next day. Like it's real time. One of your characters gets tired. Tired, I nearly said.
Tired.
Pirate.
Gets tired, then you have to switch to another one to keep playing. You know, because that
Okay.
character's gonna be useless otherwise. Things like stamina are very important. If you get like critically wounded, like you're out for a couple of days. That character can't be used for a couple of days.
What about if your other characters, like when they're being controlled by the computer, could they die?
They can. You bring them with you, and then you put them in a lot of danger if you do. And if you're playing as one of them,
Yeah.
you can still die.
Okay.
And if you do die, dead, forever dead.
I like permadeath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can build up the best character you have. Do one stupid decision, like you decide to go out at night without backup, and you get overrun. You're dead.
I feel I'm going to lose all of my group in the first couple of days of playing this game.
That could happen. Like.
Yeah.
I really fucked up the other night.
Yeah.
I made I got very lucky though, but I made a stupid decision to go out at night, looking for.
Is there any benefit to going at night?
No, it's just that it's nighttime.
Yeah.
There's no way to wait until if you want to wait until morning, you have to wait until morning.
So you may as well go and do
You just want to go out. You have to go out at night. Like
I feel like the game should add some sort of mechanic, like as in there's human,
There-
like people that are
State of Decay 2
like-
has added that.
Oh,
So
like
there are
that way
other-
it's like at nighttime it's maybe easier to get past humans but harder past zombies because
Well, yeah, I haven't really experienced any humans yet. There are like other enclaves they're called, so
Okay.
other groups of survivors.
Factions?
Yeah, you can trade with them, you can befriend them, but if you kind of piss them off or do the wrong thing to them, they're going to try and raid you and kind of fuck
Okay,
up your
okay.
life.
Does it play well?
It plays pretty good. Like it's not the sharpest thing for mechanics. It's not the best looking game, but it's really all about that like core mechanic of
I do really like that
Survival.
core mechanic so far.
yeah. Oh, it's like I really got into it. Like the other night, I had to go out. We were completely out of medicine, like completely out of medicine. Everyone's morale was like at a bottom, like it was like minus like fucking 50 or something like that. Everyone was super depressed. They were giving me grief all the time. I know they're only characters, but like you feel that, you can feel that like people's anxiety about not having medicine. And then obviously, if anyone actually was sick, I had a lot of people who were like kind of like minorly injured, and they just nothing happened, and they were going to stay injured until I got medicine. Like I had to go out at night to go get medicine, and I came very, very, very close to the end. Encountered a juggernaut, which is like a massive one, takes fucking everything to take them down, and I got him. Like I was out of bullets, out of everything. It was just me and one of my characters just like hitting him with a fucking crowbar or something.
No
Like,
way.
I was on so little
One of
health.
those. Yeah, one of those.
No
That's it.
medicine,
They're the
obviously.
good fights though. They're the ones you're like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
damn.
And then I did like
Yeah.
by just fucking skin him my teeth.
Skinny your
Skin in your
teeth.
teeth. Skin in your scour.
What a strange sentence.
Yeah, because there's no skin in your teeth.
No skin on your teeth.
By a hand's
Like
tooth.
that's maybe.
By a hand's tooth, I made it out of that fight alive. And then from then, I got medicine on that. Like one of the last places I searched before I quit, I got medicine, brought it back. Everyone's morale went way up. Now we've got plenty of stuff. We're low on materials at the minute, so we can't really build much. But
Similar experience I had in Minecraft.
it is very like Minecraft. But it is,
Yeah,
though.
no,
You know, you
yeah,
have to
yeah,
go
the
get
co-
your
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
you know? I think
think
if you enjoyed the first game, you'll definitely enjoy this one.
I haven't played the first one, so going into the second one, is it a good place to start?
It's a pretty good place. It's
Okay.
definitely a better place to start than the first one.
Is it as janky as the first one?
No, far better playing
Excellent.
than the first one.
I look forward to this.
I like this idea that I don't know if it is in it, but I'd like, you know how you were saying there's permadeath and all.
Yeah, yeah.
All the characters pretty are their characteristics pretty.
Oh yeah,
definitive?
that's actually a very important part about it.
Can they turn into zombies
Ooh,
that you can then kill as another character? Because that'd be pretty cool.
I don't
'cause
think
then
so, no.
you go back to your old base camp where all your guys' previous slaves have died,
had died.
and then like you see there's
There's
your-
Jerry.
Yeah, there's the guy
Jerry!
you played who had a yellow t-shirt or something, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
there,
yeah.
and you're like, oh, cool.
Actually, no, I'm not actually 100% sure
because that would be a really cool mechanic if they
I
were
know
able to
in the
introduce
first
that.
game there is a part where you get helped by a lot of people, and then you like go away and you do like a mission. You come back to them and they're all dead, and you're kind of like looking around. This is before you realize that it's a zombie outbreak, and then they do turn into zombies.
Oh, that's really cool.
But that felt scripted, so I don't think that's like a standard mechanic.
Okay.
But
Have you-
one thing that's very important in this game is that every character, like they're randomly generated and all, but like every character has a backstory, and that's important. Like one of my characters that is ex-military, so obviously very good with guns, very good stamina,
Okay.
but is a bit like hot-headed.
Yeah.
And you notice that like if you're away out on a run and you leave him in the like group or whatever,
Oh, this is
Something
what
will
they
pop-
do by default.
yeah, something will pop up
Ah.
saying he picked a fight with somebody,
Okay.
-2 morale, and you have to like either take him out in a mission to keep him kind of like content, or he'll cause trouble and stuff. And there's a lot of that, you know.
Have you played any of the co-op?
Haven't. It's always there as an option. You can. I think it's. You can send out a flare. If you send out a flare, that's like essentially opening your match, so anyone can come and help.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
Pretty good idea. There's been like kind of mixed opinions about the co-op because it's like quite. Like people thought it'd be a lot more free roam.
Okay.
Like this co-op is you have to stay in like a pack. You know, like so
Yeah.
3 or 4 people are playing co-op. They have to be together rather than
Yeah.
like 2 people on this part of the map and 2 people over
Yeah,
here.
I understand that though.
Yeah. So I haven't done it myself. Hopefully, if you do get it, we can mess about in
We
it.
can test out the co-op.
The other thing about it, didn't pay. It was Game Pass. I'm
Oh,
still on
nice.
Game Pass, so it was like, okay, I'm definitely getting it now.
Excellent. Yeah.
So, a thumbs up for State of Decay.
I have to hear. I was going to keep it to later on. You finally played Ratchet and Clank.
I did.
Tell me, D. Just tell me.
Yeah, I finally played Ratchet and Clank. So I didn't. As I said to you, I never would have
Sean,
picked
I've
up.
been pestering D to buy a PlayStation just to play Ratchet and Clank. 'Cause
I've been here when you've
it
been doing the
wholeheartedly
pestering.
stands up there as one of the best games, and I thank James Sinker for bringing it to my attention because it's phenomenal.
It's definitely not a game.
James Sinker loves Ratchet and Clank. Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Sink.
Car. Swim.
It's all there.
Uh, No, yeah, I never would have got Ratchet and Clank. Not just like I know what it is. It's like a platformer, and I was like, that's grand, but I don't really want to play that.
Yeah.
And I only played it because you were just
Harping
playing.
on
You
about it.
literally just like fucking
I
wouldn't give
plagued
me.
you, yeah. I wouldn't
You
give
wouldn't-
you Doom
yeah, unless
until
you-
you played
I
Ratchet.
played
That was
Ratchet.
the conditions of it.
But I've played both it and Doom, and like I couldn't care less about Doom at the moment.
yeah.
Ratchet and Clank is an excellent game.
Yes, D.
Truly excellent.
Yes.
So much fun.
Isn't it?
I've only played it might be just the unmastered, I
Yeah,
played
yeah.
it back when I was a kid,
The
just
unmastered version.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so do I.
Unmastered.
But like all I can remember from it, because
Yeah.
it's vague memories, is that I loved how all the characters were very funny.
They're-
Like,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
every single
I was
one.
very surprised by
The
that. actually.
comedy's very good in it.
It is
The
very
writing
good.
is very good.
Very
yeah.
silly, but like still like good.
Yeah.
Not cheap.
So what do you think of it? Tell
Great
me.
game. Like.
Yeah.
It's just endlessly fun to play. Like very simple. That's what I really liked about it.
Brilliantly simple.
Yeah, like you know,
Yeah.
they haven't made too many fucking convoluted mechanics. Like it's just very simple. You get very familiar with the mechanics very quickly.
Yeah.
So you feel like you're really good at them.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe the one thing I would say is the guns they give you. Like
Mhm.
there's like 3 or 4 of them there that are basically useless. Like
Yeah, 100%.
You know, I'm just like
the Groovatron.
Yeah, exactly,
The Sheepinator or whatever that
the
was.
sheep I think is really cool because it's
hilarious.
a sheep.
I remember that one.
He turns someone into
it's
a
so
sheep.
good,
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But like, there's some guns there. I think there was like a pyromaniac thing. Like it just sends out fire, but it was so awkward to use.
Yeah,
It just felt
yeah.
useless. Like,
Yeah.
no, it was just a really fun game.
Have you finished the game?
Finished it last night?
Excellent. The best
Finished it
part of
last
that for me was New Game Plus because then you can go
Challenge
for
mode.
you can go for the Rhino, which is the rip you a new one. It is the best weapon
That's
in the
unreal.
game. It's brilliant. It's an
Wow.
absolute beast.
I was looking at challenge mode and I was like,
What
I
do
think
you
I'm
think of the
gonna leave it.
hoverboard races?
And I didn't mind the hoverboard races.
Yeah.
they were pretty fun.
Yeah.
But like they were easy.
Yeah.
I got gold in all of them first try.
Nice. Well done.
I really enjoyed the grind wheels.
Oh yeah.
Those were
great,
awesome.
man.
Those were really cool.
When you first get the jetpack,
Oh yeah, so that level's class.
where you go
One
all
of
the
my
brains and
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
isn't it the brains or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like the
yeah,
pink
yeah.
things and you gotta. That's one of the best levels.
Yeah, I remember seeing you play that and I
Yeah.
was like, this looks okay, but like
Yeah.
I wasn't.
So much fun. Even though you
Yeah.
have to keep stopping and fueling up the jetpack.
Yeah, but it lasts a lot longer than I thought it would.
Yeah.
Some of the best fights in the game, like boss fights particularly, are when you have the jetpack.
Oh yeah.
The first one is like Mrs. Groove. or
Oh
something
yes,
like
the
that?
old lady.
No, yeah, something like that. She's
Yeah.
like, there's like all these little robot guys. They're called Mister or something. Mister, you can use them as a weapon. Completely blanking on the name of them.
Like
Yeah.
the ones where you drop it and just run around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then they
there's-
just blow up.
This
There's
is
like-
very strange. I'm remembering very
Yeah.
tiny wee bits in it.
There's like a Mrs.
Mrs.
version of that, and
Yeah.
she's like a massive boss fight.
Yeah.
Is that
but
when you're
like-
in the facility and you're just flying around?
Yeah,
it? Oh,
loved
it's
it.
So good.
Then
Are
the
they like wee? Are they like wee tiny bombs that have like the wee,
Yeah.
like the wee twisting key
Yeah, yeah,
on them?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can
they like run
remember
around
that.
and like they like
Yeah.
attack and then they blow up. The one boss fight that I didn't really enjoy was the
The big
Captain
boss.
Quark.
Yeah.
It was fun like the first couple of times I
Oh,
tried
Captain
it.
Quark.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What do you think of the final boss fight?
Didn't mind. I actually quite liked it because
Mm.
again you were in the jetpack and you were kind of just floating about doing your damage. It was pretty.
I
fun.
found it a little bit finicky at times. though.
It took me a couple of goes to get
Yeah.
it, but the Captain Quark one there was just
Yeah.
the part that really just pissed me off is I thought I had it right. I thought I had him beat, but then they pulled this bullshit where they were doing like you could tell they were doing like you get him down to 7% health and he has like he throws a Groovatron.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a break. They have to change things up.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to regular fight. Then you get him into the 30%. He does it again.
Yeah.
There's a little break, and I was like, grand. So it's went 70, now 30.
So
So
one more.
one more and I'll do it. And I got him down, and I went to 1%.
Yeah.
And I did it again. And I was like, wasn't expecting that. And it fucked me up, and I got annoyed.
What do you think of some of the puzzle with Clank? Some of the puzzles with Clank, having
Yeah.
solved them.
I
Uh,
think if I can remember correctly, I enjoyed playing as Clank more than Ratchet.
I thought that, but I don't.
No, there's
Okay.
not enough of Clank anyway.
Yeah.
I liked his puzzles, though.
You like them?
With
yeah?
the wee robots that could change abilities.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
liked those. They were fun. The puzzles I didn't enjoy were the, what do you call that thing? The Trespasser. With the wee lights, like the lasers.
Oh, I hate them.
I hate them.
And you gotta like twist it round.
They're hard, like.
They are very
This
hard.
game is rated for 7-year-olds.
I think it's a lot of I think
No
it's
way it's 7-year-old solving
there's
that. Took
actually
me
a
20
guide-
minutes.
There's actually a guide to
Yeah.
getting past all.
Oh,
of
you
it.
need that.
Yeah.
I did get them though eventually.
When you finally get to like that last kind of mission on the spaceship, isn't it on the spaceship? And you're making your way through, and it's
Yeah, the deplanetizer.
oh, it's
It is
so
called.
good.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so
really
much
fun.
fun in that. And you're absolutely just ripping things to shreds,
Yeah.
and you have so much ammo, and it's.
I
so
had
much
just
fun.
upgraded one of the big rocket launcher in it,
Yeah.
and it had just become the Peacemaker,
Oh,
which is just a class name for a rocket launcher in
Yeah.
the first place.
Peacemaker.
And I was just cleaning up with it. I loved it.
The
so
games
much.
are so much fun.
It is so much.
Thank
fun,
you for
like.
enjoying it, D.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
A game that I did try and I haven't really
Mm.
put any time into is Doom. Wow,
Yeah.
cannot believe I'm not really feeling it in that
Yeah.
game. Very surprised. With
Some things you're into and just other things you're not. I felt that way
couldn't
with
believe
Doom as well, and I've
Yeah.
struggled to get back into it. It was like I was with Metro. Metro is
Mm.
everything that I believe I would enjoy in a game, and somehow I'm still
Couldn't-
not playing it.
couldn't get
Couldn't
into
care less. Yeah.
Couldn't care for the Godfather.
Nope, did not care for it.
Couldn't get into it.
You see, back to Ratchet and Clank.
Alright.
It's like I really love that idea behind a lot of them games.
Mhm.
That like the hero is a weird thing, basically.
Mhm.
Where
Lombax.
it's just
Not back.
a
New terminology.
weird something type thing. Like is in so you have so from all the ones back in that sort of time.
Spyro.
Like
Like Crash Bandicoot,
you
Spyro.
have Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. You have
Crash Bandicoot's an animal, Sean.
yeah, no, but
It's
he's
a
still,
marsupial.
it's still an odd choice for a hero of a game.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get,
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah, you got Ratchet and Clank. You got what's the one, the raccoon?
Sly Raccoon.
Sly Raccoon,
Raccoon.
unbelievable.
You got Sonic
game.
the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
You got and
Mario the plumber.
Yeah, it's weird.
Speaking of which, have
The
you
fa-
ever seen how uncomfortable it is to see Mario without a mustache?
Oh,
No.
somebody showed me this.
Incredibly unnerving.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He looks like an old man with a baby face.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
It's just a big note. It's a big half cylinder
really
on his face.
yeah.
Yeah.
Makes me feel terribly uncomfortable. I'll show you after. Dave.
But like
I think I
like
want to see.
a plumber is a weird choice for like a hero of a game. Whereas now it's like not every game,
You
but
gotta
like a
plumb
lot
Peach's
of the
pipes.
games are pretty much just
White meal.
well, not
Yeah,
pretty
no,
much
it's
pretty
that.
much
White
it's
meal,
just that,
yeah.
White
or
meal.
just
White ball meal called Agent 47.
a person who is good at fighting.
White meal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's nearly always a white meal. I've noticed this recently. It annoyed me whenever Gears 4 came out that it was going to be, Jetty. Yeah, Jetty.
Jetty, yeah.
Yeah, Jetty Phoenix. Because I was like,
DJ Phoenix.
this would be a good place just to throw in like a rat, like Cole,
Cole,
to get his own game or something.
a coloured character, black character.
I don't.
What do
I
we
didn't-
even
I just,
say anymore?
just
I
wanted
don't
something
know.
different, like because I was just so sick of it at that point. Like
Yeah,
every
I know.
game seems to have a white
Yeah.
meal like protagonist these days. That's why I like that. That's why I like
Female?
the look of that. Fucking Aloy.
Yeah.
like but that's
Oh,
what
I
I'm saying.
can't wait
Like,
for you to play that.
there's a
as
lot
well.
of
God
games.
of War.
Oh, can I see what you pointed at, by the way?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah. But no, like
They can't see you at all, so I
yeah.
don't know what you're talking about.
But no,
you
like,
see me and D looking over you talking. Oh my god.
You'd be lucky if they get to hear you.
I'm green screened out. But like,
Excellent
I
idea.
really saw like the trailer,
Yeah.
like the look of the trailer of that game.
Phenomenal.
But it's one of them games that
It's one
pretty
of
much
those
is every
games.
game nowadays,
Yeah.
which is literally it's
Open world.
big open world, third person shooter, and like
Yeah.
it's the same sort of gameplay as the likes of I'm trying to remember that Tom Clancy game, Division,
Splinter Cell.
Wildlands?
or-
Oh, the Division. Wildlands?
Division, or like
The work quite
or
a few
Just
big open world
Cause,
games
or
recently.
a lot of games work like that. You know what I mean? And it's just like I'm thinking they need like they're too big.
Yeah.
It's like a big bubble, like where they take
Yeah.
up 90%
Oh,
of all
yeah.
the
That's what
successful
sells,
games.
though, man. Yeah.
But I'm thinking they need to start
You got to resonate with
rip
characters.
they're- yeah.
that bubble apart. Like
They're gonna
make
start
loads of different types of
messing
games.
with that. I mean, God of War kind of did that. They jumped on the open world bandwagon,
I gotta get into this.
but
I'll get into it when I start talking.
they
God
kind
of War.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were in the book.
My God, Sean, like I'm gonna get to that.
Yeah, let's just jump right there.
Right. Yeah, okay, let's segue onto that.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, no, I thought
what
that's
you've
what.
What you're doing this week? Well, I was saying God of War jumped on the open world
Yeah.
bandwagon, but like they kind of like condensed it down a bit.
I'm
It's an
re-
open world, but it's not really that open.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I like that.
I'm reading the book.
What book you reading, Chris?
I'm reading the Norse mythology by
Neil Gaiman.
Neil Gaiman. Yeah.
Game on.
Gaiman.
Neil
Neil
Gaiman.
Gaiman. Yes, incredible book. You will love it, D, because everything that has been in the book has been in God of War,
Yeah.
and it just now that it makes so much more sense now. But you know, whenever you can put a face to the name and things like that, and it's just it's great.
Part of me doesn't want to read it though because I
You want to
like
play the story rather than read it.
kind of yeah.
But it's not
I
even-
like the way that God of War is kind of spinning on it, like we're like Thor and like Odin are like bad guys.
No, that's a
You
good
know what I
thing.
mean?
That's what Gaiman's done as well in this book, and he actually goes out
Yeah.
of his way to say it, that he's taken all the different kind of ways that these stories have been told and just mashed them together in the way that he feels is the most exciting way to tell a story.
Okay.
So he
yeah.
may take one bit from actual Norse mythology, another bit from like a poet that made up a story about Thor, and say a piece from like the Marvel universe, let's just say, combines them all
He doesn't,
together.
but yeah.
Combines them all together and makes this tremendous story. But the kind of facts, if you like, are still
Oh,
there.
yeah,
if you know what I
yeah.
mean.
But
It's really
like
good.
what I kind of like though. That is how he's going to portray his story about
Yeah.
Norse mythology. I
Yeah.
kind of like, as you say,
Yeah.
I like playing the way God of War is telling your
Yeah.
story about
Yeah,
Norse
fair
mythology. Like.
But to be fair, it's
Also, I
like
don't have time to read a book.
Yeah, no.
Well, I look like
I
a
was
fucking-
trying to read a book.
fucking
as far as
crab.
I know about
Librarian?
God of War,
Yeah.
I think that the book itself is just really sticking with the backstory.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it's
It's
all
Yeah.
prequel. It's prequel to the game.
It's
Prequel
prequel
to
to
the
the
God of
game.
War game.
As far as I
Yeah.
understand.
And then it's also, I think I remember in the prologue to that book, he describes the gods as they're pretty much just like the rich, powerful people, and it's literally
Yeah.
just how they act because they can't be like they can't
'Cause
be
they
touched
can't
by
be,
the
yeah.
peasant humans type thing.
Yeah.
Like that is sort of the way
It's
he's
a really,
written them.
really cool book, actually. I'm really enjoying it. Aside from that, D, I guess I'll jump into
What
Right.
else have you been doing this week?
work's been good. Work's
Mhm.
been fun. And I've been playing Minecraft,
Yeah.
which you may have seen in the latest video.
His video.
You seen some changes
Minecraft.
to the Minecraft world? to our world, the Xite Emporium.
I've seen them. I'm trying to think of the name of the title of your video. Something and done.
What's done is done. Yeah.
You check that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
What's done is done. I don't know why I called it that. It was just.
I liked it.
I liked
Made me watch.
Yeah, exactly. We have 2 dogs in the world now. I need to give them good names.
Call it one Beatty, another Barty.
Beatty and
Are
Barty.
they both the same size, or is there size?
Yeah, both the exact
okay.
same.
I was
As
gonna say,
Minecraft, they're
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Very
Okay.
identical dogs.
because if it was a big dog, you should have called it Mouse. I was good to say.
Tiny.
Ah.
Call it Tiny.
We don't have to think about the names now, but
Block.
they're there. Yeah, Block.
Actually, no. I was having this
Okay.
conversation
Wait
with
for
somebody earlier in the week about dogs and dog names.
Okay.
They have to have something to do with the dog. They can't just be called after. Like, it's like if somebody was to
Paul.
call their dog
Nigel.
Elsa, or Nigel's a silly name because Nigel is a guy's name.
That's a person's name. Paul.
But like if somebody decided to call a dog Elsa just because Disney
Yeah.
type thing, it doesn't make sense because Elsa's nothing to do with the
Does,
dog.
it doesn't need to make sense. Though.
No, but I feel like it does.
Maybe it's a dog.
It needs to be
Maybe
something.
it's a dog that's supposed to be kept in the snow.
No.
Maybe the cold doesn't bother the dog anymore.
How do you?
Alright. Right?
Cold never
I'm
bothered
sorry,
it anyway.
okay.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Maybe it's an
Cold never
Alaskan
bothered it
Samoyed
anyway.
or something.
A Samoyed, yes.
Okay, well then I guess that's
I have a
Yes,
counterpoint.
well
What if that same person decided to name their first daughter Elsa? Would you argue that it needs to reflect something about the daughter?
No.
100%.
See,
I
this
should
is-
call you small crying thing.
This is why I think even for like dogs and stuff, like you should just be like what you like about that dog. Put your own.
Kratos was onto something here, D.
Well, what did he do?
Boy. And that's it.
Is that what the son is actually called, by the way, in the game?
Yeah, boy.
It's called Boy.
It's called a Kratos.
Okay, right.
It's called a Trace. Oh, you've been playing this game?
No, I don't play games.
Man, I'd love to spoil the.
Welcome to the Xite Gaming Podcast.
I don't play games. Man, I'd love to spoil the ending of it though,
Oh,
real quick. But I don't think we should. I'll tell you after the podcast.
yeah, we'll tell you after when the
Okay,
podcast
okay.
finishes.
This is still a
We've
fairly
already
recent
spoiled
game.
it though on this, have we not? No, we did spoiler
Yeah,
free.
but we did like we would normally tag the spoilers
Yeah,
and
okay.
stuff. But
Well, yeah, I've been playing Minecraft, D, and hunting for ender pearls is one of the hardest things I've done.
yeah, I thought they were difficult to find.
Real
yeah.
fucking. Oh, and I made a mistake at the end of my video as well. I went hunting for the Endermen and tried to put them into a minecart. I should have been putting them into a boat.
Yeah, boat.
Yeah.
Why is that though?
When they get into the boat, they can't leave the boat, and therefore they can't attack you. So I have the free reins to kill them and pick up the pearls from them. Whereas if they're just on the ground and I hit them, they use their pearls and they teleport away real quick.
Oh yeah.
And then they come back and they just like destroy you. And you're just
Endermen
like,
are the teleporting ones?
yeah,
Right.
real flickety. We have a zombie farm though. Well, a zombie spawner. You see that? Nice green glass.
I seen it.
around
I
it.
That's the main thing I noticed.
Really nice, isn't
I
it?
was like, how the fuck did he have the time to tint all that glass?
Oh yeah, got my cactus greens. Yeah, it looks really well. And
does
then
look
we
really
have.
well.
I'm working on the subscriber mine shaft at the minute. So we have a giant mine shaft, Sean,
Okay.
and there's a load of doors at either side, and it's going to branch off and a load of doors and branch off a load of doors, and each one of those shafts is going to be 1,000 blocks deep, well in around that, and each shaft is going to be
1,000?
yeah,
Dang.
that's what it really takes for me to get my supplies. But each one of them is going to be dedicated to one of our subscribers on YouTube. So every new subscriber, we'll name it. We'll put the sign up over the door.
Chris is gonna dig away 1,000 blocks. 2,000 blocks.
I'm going to dig away 10,000 blocks, I think, because we'll say 100 subs.
That's
Yeah.
100,000 blocks.
Oh, that's a lot more than that. No, well, that probably is what I'm gonna have
That's
to
fine, that's
throw the
fine.
efficiency onto the old diamond pickaxe and
Start popping through them.
away we
yeah.
go. But yeah, I enjoy Minecraft at the minute. That's all I'm playing. I will go back and play God of War because I want to defeat the Valkyries,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
who are the
soon as
collectors of souls.
Well.
You
They
should know.
collect souls,
You
but
should
only
know.
souls who died in battle, Chris.
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
learned that.
Oh yeah, I
in-
don't need no Neil Gaiman to know that shit, do I?
learned that in my Norse mythology week and retreat.
I learned that from Thor Ragnarok.
Oh yeah.
Don't say anything about that because I want to watch that now that
You
I know
haven't
what Ragnarok
You
is.
need to watch movies.
No, this isn't the Xite movie podcast, Sean.
I
Not
guess
yet.
not, but
Not yet.
It's coming. On top of that, I have been absolutely blasting away at Parks and Rec. I'm just about to finish
yes.
season 5, which only leaves 2 seasons.
Yeah, I know,
And
but
it's so
but
good.
fear not. Possibly, have you heard this news?
What?
Might as well just do this now because there's not really any news to it.
Spoiler.
But Ellen DeGeneres had Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman on her show recently enough, who were doing some other show and they were talking, and she asked, "Would you do a Parks comeback,
Yeah.
Parks Recreation comeback special?" And Ian Poehler was like, "I'm gonna go ahead and speak for everyone and say yes."
I'm going to make a really bold
She's open to
statement,
it.
D, and
She's
say
open to
that
it.
this is, if this keeps going the way it is, I'm going to favour it over The Office.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I was
It's-
kind of always comparing it
It's
to The
just
Office.
so strong,
Yeah.
and the characters are getting stronger
Yeah.
and stronger. Nick Offerman is one of the driest and best characters in anything I've ever seen. Chris Pratt's exceptional,
Yeah.
and Amy Poehler is just an absolute star.
Yeah, you just can't. There's no stopping her in that.
Oh, and Rob Lowe is
yeah,
well,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
Oh, he is literally the best thing in the world.
unbelievable. That man.
Fucking the entire cast is fucking
I
top
love it.
quality.
I
like.
absolutely
I
love
really
it.
like Ben as well.
Yeah,
I really like Ben.
Ben
as well.
is good.
I especially like him and his interactions with someone who really doesn't fit well with his character.
Yeah.
Somebody like Donna.
Yeah.
Or
He
like,
went shopping with Donna.
Yeah,
treat
yeah.
yourself.
and he just bought a Batman costume.
This makes me feel good.
Very, very good. Oh fuck! It's so strong.
It's a very
so
good show.
strong.
Man. Very glad that you're getting into that.
Oh, it's so like Ron Swanson took the Rangers on retreat, and he was like, "This is the Ranger handbook. I wrote it myself." And he opened it, just number 1, be a man. I wet myself. Like it's made me laugh like properly out loud more than The Office has.
That's
Now I
Can't
love
ask for much
Steve
more.
Carell, and it's still going to be
Oh,
up
yeah,
there as
yeah,
one
yeah.
of my favorite comedies. But this is just, as you say, it's got a lot more heart
yeah.
and less cringe, but it's just so good, so good. So motor my way through that. Probably finish that this week.
That's an exceptional thing.
Yeah, very good.
And it's got two, I would say, really strong finishes from the last 2 seasons. The last
Very
2
good.
episodes of those are both really, really good.
I didn't see it going the way it was going. I always thought, I didn't see her running for like city council and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really enjoying that.
Is that so? Has she just been elected then?
No,
for you?
she's been elected. Ben's went to Washington to work there as part of that campaign.
Yeah.
Andy is trying to get his police diploma.
what's his FBI name? We were
Burt
trying-
Macklin.
Burt Macklin.
Burt Macklin.
I actually just thought of that as you said that as well, and I was like,
What a
yeah.
class.
He asked me earlier, and I was like, I
character.
can't think of it. But he retired. He officially retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fucking hell.
Yeah, so I'm thoroughly enjoying that. But that's pretty much been my week. Nothing much else exciting. No exciting food this week either.
Thank God, you dull son of a bitch.
I know, it's been a really dull week.
Yeah.
Sean, if you want to start talking about your week, I'm gonna go pee while you're doing that.
Because that's how much he cares about
That
your
Coke
week.
has literally just went straight through me.
Yep.
So if you
Good
want
shit.
Alright.
to start spooling.
Alright. Well, D.
Yeah, Sean, tell me about your week, because I'm the one who
Have
fucking
you
cares.
actually
Stick around.
heard of a show called The Good Place?
Have I not been speaking to you about this? Yeah, I've watched it. I'm caught up with it. Fucking love it.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Me and my mate just started watching it.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna say maybe less than 2 weeks ago. Finished it in a week and a half.
Yeah. No, it's short enough seasons, isn't it? It's only
Like 20 odd episodes, I think. I don't know. We couldn't actually tell because we like
20 episodes. I think.
I
think
it
it's shorter
felt
than
like
that.
it was a lot of episodes. Like we felt like we were on maybe the big reveal happened at the end of season 1.
Yeah. And did you feel like
And-
that's not the end of
And
season
like
1?
I thought that must be the end of season 2 or something because we thought that so much had changed. Like
Yeah.
there had been so many reveals.
I thought whenever I
Because
seen
Netflix
it.
usually does 6 episodes a season or 8 episodes or 10.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. And you see, whenever I watched the big finale, the big reveal at the end of season
You
1, I
thought-
was like, I'm only halfway through the first season because I was expecting like a regular American 20 episode
Okay, so it
season.
must be only 10 episodes or something like
I
that.
guess something like 10 episodes a season, yeah. But yeah, really good, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's so good. It's so smart as well. Like
Yeah.
everything just fits in. Ah,
It's fucking. It's again, it's something very similar to Parks and Rec because it's Michael Schur.
yeah.
It's the same guy who did The Office.
He did Brooklyn
and-
Nine-Nine. He
Yeah.
did Parks and Rec. Yeah,
He was
they're
there.
the two
He
big
was
ones,
involved with
yeah.
The Office as well.
I loved Brooklyn Nine-Nine as well. Started watching the most recent season of it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it now. I haven't caught up with
Yeah.
it. But were you thrilled to hear that it was?
Revived.
I don't think shows need saved. Like it depends. I need to see the end of the season to determine. Like if it.
No,
looks-
yeah, I don't think they knew they were being canned, so I don't think. The
Oh,
finale.
okay, then that's fine.
I don't think
yeah.
we should say it was saved. It was revived.
Revived. Yeah,
So you think it was dead and then brought back?
because it was cancelled.
My
like,
opinion
people.
counts for nothing.
Yeah. What else have I?
I regret
oh,
speaking.
Have you ever heard of this show called Plebs?
Yep. Oh yeah, you were telling me about Pledge.
Oh,
I've heard of it.
Was this last time that I
I've
mentioned
seen
it?
Yeah.
some of it.
Okay,
I
yeah,
did
it's
not
good.
enjoy what I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I don't
not.
know.
It is
Silly
very.
comedy.
It's very like sort of.
Dry,
It's very British. in a way.
Uninteresting.
Yeah,
very poor
but
comedy.
I liked
Shut
it
up,
for how
Patrick.
British it was. It was
Un-American.
How do
At
they
the end of
get
the
the
day.
funding for that? Though?
I know it's like set in
'Cause
Rome,
it's
and it's like
big.
that. It's not even like that. Like they could do the exact same stories set in, but it just gives it a little bit of
Yeah.
edge because it's like it's just something different.
Yeah, it's real.
But
They're
I
writing
just,
off that Life of Brian.
Oh yeah.
Karma.
I guess.
Yeah, very good.
No, probably not. They're probably not doing that at all. But
But
I
yeah, that's
stand by
what
my
I've been
statements.
watching. We watched American Psycho recently.
I've never seen it, but I really want to see it.
Oh, it's a fun movie.
Is that
Christian
Christian
Bale?
Bale?
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
The way he
Jinx. Nah,
apparently.
I'm
Oh, he can't talk anymore.
I'm
No,
not gonna
with
do it.
Chris.
'Cause-
Yeah, there
I'm
you
not
go.
gonna do it because last
Yeah.
time it was a nightmare.
But yeah, so for that role, like
Christian Bale killed 7 people.
Leonardo DiCaprio was first cast for it.
He was what?
He was first cast for it,
Yeah.
and DiCaprio actually like found out that he got cast for it, rang him up personally and said, "Do you mind not? Because I would be really good at this." And DiCaprio was just
fuck
like,
right.
okay, that's fine. I'm not too fussed about it. Or like,
Shit.
or maybe it wasn't that, but it was just that Christian Bale was
Convinced him, like?
much more convincing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Almost too convincing, you
that,
know?
like,
almost didn't feel, almost like he
But
himself
like that's what
was a
that's what
psychopath.
American
blew back.
Psycho.
That's what blew
He's
up
Australian.
Christian Bale's. Yeah, Christian Bale's.
He's an Aussie.
He's half British, half Aussie.
Australia.
American.
Australia.
He's,
I did not
he's one
know
of them
that.
people that lived all over the show.
Bit of a bollocks as well.
Traveler. Oh yeah, complete
Yeah,
bollocks. Not traveler.
See you next Tuesday.
I think that's. And then outside of TV, it's also been like super great weather.
Oh yeah.
So, like,
yeah, we should probably touch on that. It's like
It's-
we're getting
oh.
like our summer here.
This is our
now.
summer.
Oh,
Look
this
at that.
is
Them arms
scorching,
like
like-
Hey,
slightly
it's your
burnt.
birthday weekend.
I know,
today,
yeah, what a
today is
weekend.
also the Champions League final.
Champions League final.
happy birthday, D.
Thanks. It's not
Oh,
my
yeah,
birthday
but
today.
The day that this goes
Okay.
up, go and wish Dee a happy birthday. Actually, 'cause,
Monday.
no Wednesday, Sean.
Wow, feel the sauce. Feel the...
God, you can tell he's definitely had a coke, eh? Fucking hell.
Two
Yeah,
Wednesday, swear to
It's
God.
been a fucking savage week.
Yeah, very.
And
very
this
good.
weekend is just today has been gorgeous, like
Yeah,
just gorgeous.
have you not been digging into food?
digging a
like-
hole outside, but
No, like because like summer food. Like I've been
Never
digging
mind
into
your
froyo and ice cream all week.
Oh,
I had my
Jeez.
first ice cream of the week today. Actually, it was delicious.
I have not had any ice
It
cream.
was one of them wee twisty ones. What do you call them ones?
Twisters.
No, it was like a tub, but has like a sauce twisted in
Maxi
it.
Twist.
Maxi twist.
Ah, okay.
Delicious.
Never liked the sound of Maxi Twist. Twisty Cup would have been better.
Maxi pad. That's what you think
That's
of.
exactly that's exactly what I think of. See, and it's
Not
white.
too much of a smile on your face. Maxi pad.
Maxi pad. What are you doing? Oh, get on. Oh man, I want that on. I want that on
Yeah.
on camera.
But yeah, no, the weather's exceptional, so we're making the most of it. And
Sitting
sitting
indoors.
indoors talking into mics.
Podcasting. I've been playing games all week.
I'm going to do the exact same thing as you, Chris. Just-
Okay.
Come, Sean. See, the problem is
It's
you
fine
walk.
when I do it. Oh god.
He walks right past the camera.
Yeah.
no, but it's part of
Sean, just go.
shit.
Sean, just go.
Yeah,
Sean,
you
just
see,
go.
that messes with the focus.
Sean, just go.
We can't. So we're out of focus.
I hate that guy. I.
You know what? If we
Hate
could
that
just,
guy.
if there was a way of locking that door,
Me and you.
we would be
Me and you
so
could just
good.
get through this really quickly. It would be great. We've had good weeks. There's fuck all news. Yeah, that's disappointing. Thanks for tuning in.
This is. Thank you.
He come back in. The two of us gone.
We should go out and make the most of this good weather. Hey, leave Sean in here. He can finish the podcast himself.
Have I got anything else I need to mention this week?
Because I don't know.
Have you thought of anything during the week?
Hmm?
Have you thought of anything during the week we should mention? Maybe?
No, not really. It's been, as I said, it's been depressingly quiet. Like, not. It's been an excellent week.
Yeah.
It's been great. Like, but
Yeah.
just not really been focused on this podcast. Didn't even get any fucking research for Reddit, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a weird type of one this week.
But I think
Yeah.
you're going to cover me, Chris. I think
I'm going to cover you, but we're going to come back strong for episode 50.
Oh
Promise.
yeah, the next one is episode 50.
Intro maybe?
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully. But we'll definitely do something special. Because you only turn 50 once
Or twice.
a year.
Oh my god.
You ready there, Sean? Ready to come back into the fold?
I am.
You got to close the door, you got to close the door, you got to close the door.
Oh my god. Oh, and this time he doesn't walk right in front of the camera. That's very,
Because I'm learning.
very considerate of him, isn't it? My
Oh god, now he walks.
god.
Ducking doesn't make it any easier.
Yeah,
Sean.
we still seen that. We seen the duck, Sean.
It's fine. I'll figure it out.
Guys,
We'll do
I'm
it in
so
post.
sorry for everything I've ever done to you
Yeah.
to make you this bitter.
Welcome back, Sean.
Yeah.
How's your week been?
No, Jesus Christ, no.
What was this week though? We haven't covered the.
No, we
shit you've
have.
been
That
up
was
to.
pretty much just watching stuff.
Oh, TV shows.
Oh, I also went up Cave Hill a few times, which is
A few times.
a few times. Yeah.
Fucking hell! I was like,
It's
I'll
just that
climb
some-
that someday, next year.
It's just because like I was really bored. Like the first time I did it, it was like I planned to do it. But the second time I did it, it was just I was hungover a little bit, and I was like, I want to do something to get my mind
That's
off
what
it.
you want to do when you're hungover.
So
Jesus
yeah,
Christ,
that's
Sean.
honest to God, it's like a great hangover cure.
How much of it did you drive up? Majority of it, yeah.
You drive up to Belfast Castle,
Majority of it. You
which
drove the
is
majority.
I'm going
of
to
it,
say
yeah.
like I'm going to say it's not that.
Point
you still
seven
get it-
mile.
you
It's
still-
like 7/8 of the way, roughly.
I'd say it's 1/7 of the way.
Yeah, 0.7 mile.
God, I couldn't even dream of walking up that thing when I'm hungover. Like, I could.
It's a very easy walk. It's like
I
you
could
can-
do it. Like I just
you
don't
can
want
do it
to.
like
Challenge.
going at,
Go to
at a
sleep.
very sort of just leisurely pace. You'll get it done in like an hour, easy.
Yeah, but I could do a very leisurely place when I'm not hungover.
Yeah.
but I
From
wasn't
bed?
that badly hungover. Oh, that's actually something else I did. The climbing club back in Belfast had a Gatsby themed party.
Oh,
Yeah,
Why
That's
did you
a
not
really
lead with this?
Yeah, that's a
forgot
really
about it.
unusual thing. A
yeah.
climbing club having a
Yeah.
Gatsby themed. What was it?
Gatsby themed climbing
it
party.
was-
D, weren't you
was
listening?
it a soiree?
It was just
Was it
a house
soiree?
party, just
A soiree of
yeah.
sorts?
It's actually called a cocktail party, but really, it's just like
More of a cocktail
everyone
soiree,
brings
really.
a mixer and an alcohol,
Excellent.
and I just like
Mix it in a big bowl.
no, I just like
Everyone
leave
grabs a straw?
everything just on the kitchen counter, and then it's
That's
free for
why
all.
we're
Just you
hungover.
go up and then you can like grab a
That sounds
lime.
messy, hey?
It's very messy,
Yeah.
and it's also
I would
You-
bring, I would bring like double KD and I'd dig straight into the most expensive like whiskey I
guess.
could see.
Yeah,
And everyone does that, and then all you have is double KD.
but like the problem is because the drunker you get, the stronger you make your own cocktails. There's no bartender there. It's you make your own drinks.
Yeah.
And then
I'll be your bartender.
that sounded okay. Thank you.
I'll be your
It
bartender.
can sound however you want it to sound, Sean. You just let me know.
Alright.
That sounds great, though.
It was a very good party. I liked
Good.
it. Although I will say that it was per showing of effort. I would say.
Ah,
For the Great Gatsby theme.
Just for generally, it's like they're trying to like do costume parties nowadays on it, like where it used to be just cocktail party, but they're trying to throw in some sort of theme.
It used to just be a climbing club, but now
Yeah.
it's a
Climbing club to
costume.
do Gatsby
Yeah.
parties with
No, like
cocktails.
as in the one before this was wrestler themed.
It's not hard to keep up.
And that one, a lot of people showed up to it, which I was very I thought that was quite a good.
In
'Cause it's a
wrestling
very strange theme to go for
garb.
a party. So I
Oh,
went
so
as
when you
as
say-
the Man Spider from the Sam Raimi trilogy.
Spider-Man.
You know the
In case you didn't catch that one, Chris is Spider-Man.
do you know like him with the balaclava and then the
Yeah.
red jumper
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sweatpants? Yeah, and then there's other
Did
people.
you do
who
the
went to
moves?
What moves? I don't
You
climb
know- you know-
walls.
Just like spray some. Does that sound wrong?
It's like
Spray
fizzy.
your web, Sean. You spray your web all over
Not
the
with the
body.
voice again, okay? The bartender voice.
Spray your web.
But then the Gatsby theme party, there was I'm going to say there was about only 40% of the people really
Yeah.
put in good effort.
Just said it was only 40 people. Like, that's a pretty big party, Sean.
No, there was quite a good few people, but it's like
40?
no. I was going to say maybe it's quite a small house, and
That's
there's
fair.
definitely between 20 to 30 there.
That's decent for a house party.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say 40?
40%
There was
of the
40
people dressed
people
up,
there, Chris.
whereas 60% just didn't do anything, just arrived.
Punks.
Punks.
Fair enough.
a lot
But
of
they
them.
went though.
Yeah, so that's what I've been up
Excellent.
to. Just literally just a whole lot of socializing in the sun and with the drink.
Nice.
I went. I had a beer outside.
Doesn't count if it's outside. Beard so if you
What?
get if you get
No,
if you
hold
get,
on
if
now.
you get drunk but the sun's out, it's not alcoholism because you're just
Oh
day
right,
drinking.
okay. I thought you meant it didn't count. My beer outside didn't count. And it counted because I tell you for why. Because it was.
Was
I
it
enjoyed
delicious?
It was nice.
It was alright.
It was alright, yeah.
It was a Coors that wasn't quite all the way cold.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking to
I was
someone
in a
else
rush
about
to get outside because
the
you
type
never
of
was gonna
drink.
start in.
Do you have like the different type of year? Do you like a different type of drink?
Not really. Like a different type of occasion. Like, you know,
I drank a lot of wine at Christmas, and now during summer I'm drinking a lot of beer.
Yeah, like that's like, but is that a conscious choice?
Yes.
Yeah.
whoa,
It's like for me, it's like I hate wine at all times, but
concur.
but in the winter or autumn, I really like.
During the day I like beer, but at night I'm a wine man.
But like I really like whiskey and dark
Right.
ales, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like
During the winter, makes you feel warm.
it's just like
Stout.
the warmer beer, the warmer stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas like it
During the
just feels
summer,
like
I
there's
like a
more
nice
in them.
Appletini.
No, it's like either
Cider.
cider, or light beer.
That's
pale ale.
just the way advertising has put it into your head, though.
I think it's got something to do with taste because it's more refreshing, whereas the heavier stuff isn't
Pretty
refreshing.
sure
It's more.
I
Filling
kind
or
of
something?
agree with both of you there, but I think the reason that cider companies promote cider for summer days
Yeah.
is because cider does taste better on a summer day.
Yeah,
Or because
'Cause
the
you put ice in it
apples
and all.
tend to ripen during the summer
so the apples will be better.
in full bloom.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's probably a good
Harvest.
actually, cider is made from all the
The remnants of apples.
the leftover apples. So I don't really care about
17
shout.
different
Well, no, it's spring.
varieties.
Then.
Yeah,
Spring.
that's not something you should brag about. That means
No.
that you have like you went around 17 different orchards and goes, can we have all of your
Shit.
shit,
All the
please?
shit that's falling on the grass. Yeah.
But they know how to market. Fair play to them.
One drink that is advertised perfectly for every season, like as in, like it is the like if you were to think of a non-alcoholic drink for winter,
Poaching.
what drink?
Non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic drink for winter or
Coke.
for Christmas. Yep, and for summer.
Coke.
Sprite.
No, I would say it's Coke again because of them ads.
It's
but like,
Coke, like.
Yeah.
some people have Sprite and all. But
But
I just
no,
think
but
for a
in
majority,
autumn,
That's
yeah.
because it's advertised both ways. You have the
Spring
summer
definitely
you have
has Coke as well because
Oh,
that
shit, I'm-
Ladybird ad. It's like, as
Yeah.
in if you were to think what's the most.
Well, autumn. You know,
Autumn
There you
is
go.
the only one that it doesn't really fit on. But like
it's a Pepsi
You
season.
can call it fall if that's what you please, but I say I like autumn. No? That's fine.
Yep.
What?
That was good, Chris.
That's
That was
it.
good.
Let's keep going.
That settles the debate we always have about you saying fall and me saying autumn.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Do you mind passing the thingamajigger?
Oh,
right.
God.
Remember that
Thingamajigger.
you can find this podcast and all our previous podcasts over at youtube.com. Just search for Xite Gaming, where you will find the video versions, of course, of the podcast. We get to see our lovely studio and our lovely faces each and every week, every single Monday of the year. If YouTube is not a viable option for you, or you wish to take us on the go, remember you can find this.
This is now an advertisement for Coke, which you can enjoy apparently at Christmas, in the summer, spring, and autumn.
No,
slash
not
fall.
autumn.
Remember, you can take this podcast with you on the go. Just use iTunes or any other podcast hosting service. And if you're an Android user, you can use Podhack.
You're getting further away, man.
What is it?
Podcast addict.
Podcast Addict. I think Podhack is better.
We should make an app called Podhack.
I'd love to make an app.
All
An
right.
Xite Gaming podcast app.
Oh, that's all you can do is listen to our podcast.
Pretty much, yeah.
And we'll call it Podhack.
Yeah, Podhack. It's perfect. Remember as well that you can follow. Why do I keep saying remember? It's
Well,
not like
because people
forget.
tend to forget. If the fact that no one visits our challenge is anything to go by, they must be forgetting.
You can find us over at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search for the handle Xite Gaming or Team Xite on Instagram. Follow us throughout the week. See what we get up to. It's not very interesting, but it's all there.
Twitter is very interesting. I mean, it's off the hook these days.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter's fucking banging.
I posted an image the other day. It would blow your mind.
I got a like on my Minecraft. Did you see
That
it?
was so feminine. It was great. Oh, I got a
I
like.
thought it was so manly, Sean.
Boy, these bitch slaps are gonna be flying any minute now.
I got a like. I have to shout this out, even though he'll never listen to this. But
You
from
might.
FB Aftermath, did you see that? I put it in
No.
my story a while back.
Who's FBI?
Taron Beckham is his name. He was a former NFL player. Not former, but he's still young. He's only like what, maybe 30 now. But I think he didn't play because either he didn't get drafted or something like that. He's really, really good, but he's taken into fitness and gym and all. The man's an absolute machine. But he also plays video games. I posted
Sounds relevant to us.
the Minecraft picture a wee while ago with my green LED lighting.
and
And he was one of the first to like it. And I was like,
nice.
is this happening?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was blown away. The guy has like 600,000 followers. And I was like, oh.
He's our first.
Fuck.
And he has
he's
a
your
blue
first
tick.
celebrity.
Oh,
Yeah.
celebrity
You got a blue
fan.
Apart from Vikander.
Vikander and Tom Green.
And Tom Green.
Tom Green liked our
Tom
retweeted
Green.
our tweet.
I've heard that name. Who's Tom Green?
Tom Green.
He's Tom Green. Canadian Tom Green.
Yeah.
Oh, he's big name Canada.
Yep.
Big name Canada.
Yep.
Popular in the noughties.
I'll tell you what else is a big name in Canada, which kind of leads us into our news again.
I know this one. Oh, fuck.
Justin Thoreau.
Stupid name. Silly name.
Not
Canadian as fuck
Yeah.
name.
Ryan Reynolds.
Coffee.
No.
I've lost it.
Tim Horton.
Tim Horton.
Tim Horton.
Yeah, Tim Horton.
So Tim Horton officially opened their first store in Belfast this week. Did
Just
you see
passed it there today. Not today. 3 days ago.
I'd love to know who the first person in was because they won a year's free supply of coffee.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you could have
I don't
went
drink
that.
coffee. I'm grand.
You know how
I
you
don't know
could've-
why I was. What?
You don't drink coffee?
Not that much. Only
You
if I
worked in
need.
a barista. You worked in a barista.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that,
Now I
made-
just work
that
in
turned
Game
me
of
on to
Thrones.
coffee because it was free. But like,
Sean,
Oh, well.
you would have known about that little thing had you listened to last week's podcast.
I totally did though.
Because we shouted it
I feel
out.
like we keep
Didn't
inviting
shout it
him
out.
on and he never keeps up with what's going on in our lives. Let's jump into this week's news. I have just a couple of tidbits that I found, Dee, and Sean, I guess. That
Fuck.
Wow.
I guess you're here to...
Serious shit.
I think that you'll actually enjoy this. Oh fuck, I can't get that. I can't get that either. Oh, that's not loading. Breaking Bad star
He's playing Snake.
Dean Norris tweeted sex gifs, and fans are very confused. Did you see this?
No.
Okay, so basically, so the actor Dean Norris, who played
Yeah.
Hank in Breaking Bad, basically tweeted the word sex gifs.
Oh, the word sex gifts, not
The
sex
words
gifts.
sex gifts, and people were left very confused because then he went silent on his profile for like a day. So what people have come to the conclusion is he went to search for sex gifts instead tweeting it, and then realized what he did and just went silent for like a day.
That's awful. Like,
How does that happen though?
I know. I don't know.
I hope that's the truth, though.
I hope it's the truth.
I
as
like
well.
him as an actor, but that's just too funny not
Oh,
to want to be true.
poor guy.
So obviously,
We all want some sex gifts.
fans chucked the Twitter then with just a fucking rake of Breaking Bad memes with sex gifts all over them, which was excellent. But the silence from Norris has literally stunned fans, and nobody knows what to read.
The silence is literally deafening.
It's like, but how do you? What's your response to that? How do you say?
Yeah.
He's probably thinking up some scheme to come up
I
with.
know, yeah.
This is what I actually
My
meant.
new movie, Sex Gifts.
no, he signs on to make a film called Sex Gifts.
Just to see a
Just
face.
to, yeah, see
If
a
anyone
face.
listening or watching that doesn't know what a GIF is, it's like a little movie.
Are you serious?
It's like
Everyone
a small.
knows what I.
Are you spitting gifts
Some people don't
to
know
the
GIFs.
people of the internet?
It's a
Is
GIF.
it GIFs or GIFs?
It's
Oh,
a GIF.
it's a
That's
GIF?
It's a GIF, yeah. Alright.
It's a GIF. Let's call it a GIF.
All right. Well, I suppose if you found this podcast, you can fucking search for what a GIF is. Jesus Christ. Sorry for all the hate, guys. We've
Fuck
officially
you.
passed the law to appeal or repeal
Yes,
the
Eighth.
Eighth Amendment.
The Eighth Amendment?
Yeah.
That passed
That
today.
well-
That passed. Yeah.
well,
Has
it's
that?
officially.
It's,
No, it has officially.
it's officially, yeah.
passed.
It's
So now we're
confirmed,
going to
so-
vote for it.
I don't think this is beyond the point now. This is the government now takes over here.
Does it not go to vote now? Is
No,
that
the-
not what it is? We had the referendum to vote whether we could vote to
no,
change
no,
it,
no,
or
no,
did-
It's the
oh,
same
right,
way the
okay.
Brexit works. It's pretty much like
fuck.
it's up to the government to start working that in.
Yeah, they will
Yeah.
implement it in whatever way they.
I'm not going to talk too much about that on podcast because there's a lot of fucking views flying about all over.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's
So
many opinions.
It happened. That's the thing.
that's it. It's
Yeah.
done now.
I'm actually quite glad it was done now as well.
Yes, same. It's over. Done. Repeal or no.
Yeah.
and that's your two options. That's it. Done.
Repeal
Dusted.
or not repeal.
We also had another piece of news, and I can't find it.
Of course you can. Of course you can.
What was it?
Why doesn't this surprise me, Chris?
Oh,
Why?
Battlefield
Ah, yes.
5
Arm.
Actually, Battlefield V.
V,
V for victory.
which might I add is a perfect way to do a number. V, not fucking 4 solid bars like Black Ops.
4 ones
I'm
to
sorry,
represent
I'm coming
4.
back.
Have you seen that for Black Ops 4, Sean? How do
Is
you
that
feel
what it
about
is?
that?
Apparently they're battle royale.
I. That's
Apparently
4.
they're battle
It's
royale.
IV then.
No, apparently they're battle royale. Or not,
I forget the name of the mode. Yeah,
but their thing that they've done
Blackout or something.
is like it's probably blowing people away.
Yeah, it's what is it? It's like they're taking all the best parts of interesting.
Battle Royale.
Interesting. That the Battlefield news has us talking about Black Ops, but you might as well cover that.
My God, they're good.
They have the best elements of all of their maps over the years that
Yeah.
they're taking and putting it into
Yeah.
one big massive map for Battle Royale, which that'd be pretty cool, like pretty interesting. We didn't talk about this last week either. I didn't realize this. Health is back in Call of Duty as of Black Ops 4. You'll have a health bar that you will be
yeah,
able to
because
see.
we talked about this before. How are they going to do it with battle royale
Yeah.
mode? Because obviously Call of Duty you get shot.
You
and
regen
die.
your health. Yeah, well, the multiplayer will have that as well. And you have the option of using little stim packs to regenerate it quickly.
I like that.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty interesting. Like,
Nice change of pace, but I still don't support Black Ops.
or what they're doing,
I probably will play it.
or what they are doing. Sure.
Um,
No, Battlefield.
Battlefields.
What?
Yeah,
Like
Battlefield.
there was people like sort of. There was a bit of outcry about it for some reason.
Battlefield.
Why was that? I don't know. I have no
Are
idea.
we talking Battlefield
The
now?
Battlefield trailer.
V.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen the trailer. I've
Yeah, it was a
literally
pretty-
just seen the cover art.
I thought it was a pretty cool trailer. Like, I
haven't seen
thought it was very
I thought it was-
bombastic and fast paced and
Yeah.
kind of like. Maybe people prefer Battlefield to be about the strategical kind of.
No, it was
aspects
some
the
sort of
previous game.
political thing. Like, or
Jesus.
I think it was like the fact that they thought that they were trying to, like the fact. I think I'm not sure.
Rewriting history.
No, yeah, the rewriting history aspect, the idea of like, oh, they're like one of the characters was like a woman on the front line. They're like, oh, like that would happen in World War II,
Oh,
and
right,
I was
okay,
just like,
yeah.
it's like yeah.
She also has a prosthetic arm that works.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't have happened in World
Wouldn't
War
happen.
II.
Yeah.
But it's apparently called postmodern. I was trying to figure out what that word
Pre-
means.
postmodern. Or
Maybe that's
post-
what it means as
postmodern.
well. The fact she has that arm.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe
Like, obviously,
it's-
as you said, they wouldn't have had that working in.
I
World
think
War II,
that's
so-
what this is. It's
I feel
just
like
like
it's modern history, but with postmodern history.
I think it's the
like,
horrible. I think it's the horrible histories
prosthetics.
universe.
Horrible.
I don't really know what
That'd
it
be
is, and
great.
to be honest, I don't care because
It looks like a fun game. It looks like
Battlefield
it's-
1,
Yeah.
right? Battlefield 1 was, and they even said that like it wasn't the actual World War 1, it was an alternate history of World War 1.
Yeah.
Because it had blimps and shit flying about. Like that wasn't what it was like.
No.
So Battlefield V5, I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening with that.
But I don't know if they need to state that it's a pre. What are they saying in this post?
postmodern.
Why do they need to state that? Why can't they just say here's 5 and like Battlefield 4 just run with it?
because
I feel like that's
Because so many
I
fans
feel like
are going to think that this is the authentic thing.
I
Is
don't
that-
know. I don't really know why they had to say it. Probably because people complained. They were like, "No, this is what it is," and then people were like, "It's postmodern, pre," and then
Yeah.
people lose their shit about that. Because if there's one thing we know about people on the internet, they love to bitch.
I
yeah.
hate pre-modern, postmodern, pre.
it's
The
it's,
worst.
it's just the worst.
I love postmodern, pre-modern, pre.
I remember whenever
Dabber,
Sicker was
dabber.
on about Battlefront, whenever I had that grant, he was like, "People just love to bitch," and I was like, "But people have a point." And now I'm realizing, no,
Now you
people,
realise that
people just love to bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's going to be awful or great because we've only seen a game, like a cinematic
yeah,
trailer.
It's still
essentially.
dice. It's still
still dice,
Battlefield.
yeah.
I still think it's going to be good.
It's probably not going to be shit. Like,
If nothing else, the sound design is going to be brilliant.
is that what you appreciate about the Battlefield games?
Oh,
that last Battlefield was
Battlefield 1?
exceptional.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound design.
I didn't play it.
I'll give you it.
I want you to know that.
I'll give you it.
Will
There's
you?
some excellent missions in that,
Okay.
and then some very mediocre.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna play Doom.
I'm gonna fight in space in hell.
That sounds amazing. Why isn't it amazing? I don't
know.
understand.
I don't
Anyway,
know. Anything else you want to add to this week's news?
yeah, I would like to say that Battlefield 5 had an official reveal trailer. If you didn't hear about it.
Yeah.
was a
If you
pretty
hear
big
about it,
deal.
that was 10 seconds ago. Today is the Champions League final. Who's your money on?
Real Madrid, probably. Realistically speaking.
Who are Liverpool playing?
Real Madrid.
Oh damn.
Oh,
damn! Madrid Real,
Don't know that
motherfucker.
team.
I don't know. I'd say probably. Wait, is there? No, it's the final.
I think my money's on Madrid, but I'd like to see Liverpool do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Liverpool win it now,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Oh, what about that absolute? Well, good for you, but Pant Cup final last weekend.
Yeah. Well, why did we not talk about it?
We shot the podcast the day off the
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, it was shit.
It was the worst cup final I think I've ever
It
seen.
was just awful. Like,
Yeah, terrible. Absolutely terrible.
It was. It
What
was
this?
two very
Lackluster.
poor
United
teams
Chelsea FA Cup final.
playing
Right.
very poor football.
Really was.
With one goal making a difference. That was it.
Given via a penalty, which was even worse.
Which was, I have to admit, it was hilarious.
Oh, it was hilarious. Like, what the hell is he doing?
Just when you see Phil Jones storming after somebody like that, you know it's going one of two ways. Either with him fucking diving at the fucking ball head first
Yeah.
to get out of the way, or him committing a bad foul.
Yep.
And he committed a bad foul.
Yep.
But I love Phil Jones because I just think he has so much dedication. He's not a great footballer, but he just has so much dedication. And I'm glad that he's going to the World Cup if for nothing else, just to see him storming about that field.
Comedic
Chasing down
value.
footballs
Yeah.
where he has no chance of getting to them,
Yeah.
just to slide out the last minute and fucking get a red card.
Yeah.
It'll be excellent.
Yeah.
But
Excellent. Yeah. That was a
yeah,
terrible cup
it
final.
was a shit cup
Hopefully
final.
tonight's game will be a bit more.
There'll be
enthralling.
goals in tonight's game. That's a
Enthralling.
guarantee.
Goals galore, you think?
I think there'll be like 3 3 goals. I'd say it'd be like a 2-1,
2-1 Madrid.
or maybe like a 2-2 and then extra time. Be
I hope
interesting.
it's 4-4 extra time, 6-6 after extra time,
Penalties.
10-9 penalties. That's my prediction.
I would like
You
to see
just
it.
want all suspense.
Yeah.
I would like to
Yeah.
see it like
Or
1 in extra
0-0
time.
to the 90th minute and then someone
No,
scores.
no.
There's the most boring games though.
No, they're not.
Sometimes
0-0
they're not.
end-to-end action.
Okay, though that's
Yeah.
But then at that point you have to go like, how are they not like?
All right, 1-1 end-to-end
Yeah,
action.
that's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. 1-1.
Or 4-4, like you started off with.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. I'm going to revert back to my original.
It'll be interesting tonight to see how that goes.
I would like to see Ronaldo go ham.
Yeah.
Just because like it's very fun to watch somebody who's like say
Top of their game.
the bet, like
Yeah.
somebody's just top of their game.
Top of the
Like
game,
I'd like
yeah.
to see him almost run through the entirety of Liverpool.
I love that. I say the same thing in every sporting event.
Even
When it
though like
comes-
I sort of support
the
Liverpool, I'd
Olympics,
love to see the
golf,
best be the best.
snooker, the darts, no matter what is
You
on
want to see the
Formula 1.
GOAT win.
I pretty much I want to see the best, like the pinnacle of sports
Yeah.
players' performance on the
Yeah.
team.
Sometimes I
Or
want that.
individual.
And other times I'm kind of like the best don't really need it as much as this guy who's giving it his all.
No, like whenever Wimbledon starts now in a couple of weeks, I want to see Federer just come out and just
Yeah.
clean the floor with
But
everybody.
it's interesting now because Federer is not. He's not like favourite at all to win it.
But wasn't he Wimbledon champion last
Djokovic
year?
Yeah, he won it
is-
last year,
is
yeah.
Still favorite.
And Nadal's back to world number 1.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, which
Yeah.
is interesting.
There's a bit of sport news for you. Don't
Yeah,
say
oh
we don't
yeah.
give you sport news.
We've got lots of variety here when it comes to news.
But I think it's time to jump into our main topic.
I got one
yes.
more thing I want to talk about.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
let's go to there. Jesus. Sorry.
Yeah.
go on.
Don't you start talking, Sean? This will turn back onto you pretty quick. PlayStation execs have sort of half confirmed it's going to be 3 years before we see PlayStation 5
Mm.
or whatever they choose to call it. So, Chris, your prediction of 2024?
Is not entirely.
It's a lot. It's not as far off as I thought it was because I thought for sure 2019 we're going to see new consoles.
I said 2024 a while ago, Sean. A good while ago. Purely on the fact that I think they'll leave it 20 years from the original PlayStation.
Okay,
Before,
right.
You know.
But they're not. They're leaving it.
Well, no.
It'll be
before
2021.
we see it,
We're thinking
yeah.
now. 3 years, 2021.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Couple of delays here
No.
and there,
Mhm.
and then eventually they turn around. And
I don't think you can afford
Do
to
consoles
delay
work the same
consoles,
way
yeah.
as have they been working the same way as like general OS systems for like as in you get one good one, you get one bad one good one bad one.
No.
Not really.
Like, but
no.
generally isn't it like the whole Xbox,
Well, I guess you
PlayStation
could say that.
war? It's like
PS2 was
uh,
incredible.
it's
PlayStation 3
PS2
was
beat the
kind of
Xbox,
lackluster.
360 beat 3,
Yeah,
4
it's
beat
kind
the
of went that
1.
way. Yeah. I don't really know. Like,
I mean, some people say PS3 is one of the best. Some people say it's lackluster. PS4 is absolutely dominating the market at the minute.
PS3 would be
And
like.
PlayStation 2 was all
I think-
around one of the best consoles.
I think
ever made.
PS3 is probably like.
Their weakest.
Yeah, they're maybe they're weakest in sales and stuff, but it's as good as that generation of consoles needed to
Yeah,
be. If you know what I mean.
yeah, true.
Mm.
Although I went toe to toe with 360, which I think it's up there as one of my favorite consoles of all time.
the 360, yeah,
Yeah.
because it changed a lot.
Yeah,
And
Before
then
PS2
one changed
or
nothing.
Xbox, what would have been before that?
PlayStation
Sega and-
64,
Sega and Nintendo was.
Sega.
Yeah.
Sega does
The
what
GameCube
Nintendo.
would the GameCube have
GameCube
been?
was after that then.
Yeah.
GameCube
Very
was
good.
after.
The big one was Sega and NES
Yeah.
or Nintendo, and then then you had the likes of Atari and stuff as well before that.
PlayStation was the first to come to disc, which blew Nintendo out of the water.
Yeah.
Nintendo had it sewn up until that, and then whenever PlayStation announced that they were going to disc,
Yeah.
Nintendo just kind of shit their pants.
It's like, but
And instead of doing something about it, they were like, "No, we're gonna stick with just putting all."
no,
of
but
our stuff
that's
in
what's so interesting about it is because the PlayStation only came about because Nintendo tried to go to disc and they went to
Yeah.
Sony to go to disc, but they disagreed with how it went. Sony went
So
and
they're
made their
like,
own
we're
console.
going to do our own console.
And then
Okay.
NES or
Dominated.
Nintendo stuck with the cartridge, which has its
Yeah.
kind of nostalgia element, but not much else anymore.
I like it though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like cartridges too. Like, I wish we could go to SD cards being like instead of disc SD cards. So it's kind of like a cartridge, but
I
you can
don't
still
know.
fill a
I like
game.
the idea of
Fill
It's
like,
kind of
a
like
full game on it.
Switch almost. Switch is
Yeah,
that.
I
don't
think
know.
that's pretty cool. Like,
I like the download aspect of games. Like as in
I don't-
yeah, I see. I'm not too pushed on
I
that.
don't-
you see, because
Yeah.
I can imagine there's like a big block that has like they've worked out how to really up the storage on something. Like whereas like they take out the whole aspect of there's no disk drive, it's just for storage.
Yeah.
So like
So you get
You
like 2
could-
terabytes into a console.
Yeah, if maybe
Yeah.
even more if they like by the
They
time
could do that,
by the
like.
time it comes out, they've probably because
Um,
it's really exponential how much storage is increasing. So it's like if they get like such a big storage where you could get,
But
like,
you know
up
what?
to,
It's not-
up to like 30 games on a console
Yeah.
easy, and
But
you could
storage isn't the bottleneck right now. At the minute, like people would be like, "Oh, I am all for downloads," except like, how good is your internet connection?
because then it takes a while to I
You
guess,
know,
yeah.
it could take twice as long to download that game. For us, it'll take like about 100 times longer down to install it off a disc.
If I go
Yeah.
to try to
But for-
download it and install a game now online, it will take me until the PS5 to get that game and have it installed.
Well,
That
like
makes-
even if you
I
have a
feel
good
like
internet
maybe
connection,
then that won't come about.
even if
ever.
you had a good internet connection, it would still take twice or 3 times as long as it would from a disc to install it. So it will go that way. Undoubtedly, the next generation of consoles are going to be pushing for downloads so big. Like,
I think it will. I
So
probably say
good.
it'll be the next generation is when it's
So
going to be like
discless.
the primary thing, like the almost like they'll assume discless.
I wouldn't be surprised if if Sony or Xbox decided to go discless with their next console. Wouldn't be surprised.
And you
Why
have to
not
buy,
the one
you have to
coming
buy an
now? They're
external
following
CD drive, maybe.
Yeah, I don't. Not definitely for the one coming out, but I think I
No.
wouldn't be surprised if they did. But for the one after that, yeah, I think it's, as you say, almost a dead cert. That they'll
Because
be-
by that stage,
Disc will
it's
be
like
gone.
hopefully, like the first world countries would have caught on and added like a bit more like
yeah,
high
decent
broadband,
internet, like
basically everywhere.
that would be ideal. But we won't find out exactly what Sony have decided to do with theirs for 3 more years, allegedly.
I wonder
could
what,
be- they
I
could be
wonder
just
what the big release games are going to be for it. Because you know how they always like time their games. To
I
come
think
out so
maybe Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Yeah.
I think what's
Death
that one?
Stranding.
Norman Reedus.
possibly, Could
possibly,
be
yeah.
A release
Would
of
that,
it.
do you think that'll be the name of it? Horizon Zero Dawn. You don't,
It'll be
two?
Zero Dawn 2 or something.
You
I
don't
think
think
it'll
it'll
be-
just they'll play on the whole Dawn like Horizon Zero Rise.
I think it'll
or
be
something?
Horizon New Dawn.
Ooh.
Called it.
Okay,
Horizon
I
New
like
Dawn.
that. I
Horizon
think that's,
Red Dawn. Wolverines.
Horizon 0 Hour.
I think you have to play the game. 'cause I
Horizon
want
Zero
you to
Dark
witness
30.
it.
I've got a lot
Right,
of these.
Yeah.
Brilliant, yeah. Right, gentlemen, let's jump into our main topic this week. And our main topic comes from Reddit. Pretty much most of Reddit, all of Reddit.
Reddit.com.
We decided to look at some of the best, worst, most horrific, truly gruesome, not safe for work, 18s only, adult rated, parental
SpongeBob
laboratory.
fanfics. What?
Some of the stories, first date stories from Reddit from across the world. I'm pretty much going to read them here to the guys. We're pretty much just going to have a laugh at some of them, just listen to them. And hopefully this will start for us a new series of podcast themes that we will run with. Yeah.
The Reddit Confessions. Dun, 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 dun.
Should we have a title here? No.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
If you feel like doing a title.
No.
We can
Okay,
have a
here
title
go.
here.
I don't know what way. So I have 3 different fucking tabs open here, guys, with a load of stories on them. I'll just start with this one. I'll start off with a nice light one, okay?
Okay.
I don't know how many we're gonna do. But this is date horror story number 1: the fate of the follow through fart.
Ah, no. Per person.
I'm sitting at dinner with a girl who I'm on a date with from Tinder. Let's call her Miri.
Let's call her Persephone.
The Persephone. Do you want me to call her Persephone?
Call
Okay.
her Persephone
Okay,
for
okay,
this.
I can do that.
to protect the
To protect the
identity
world.
of these people.
Of
We're going to
these
To
people.
use
protect the identity of
fake
Mary,
names.
we'll call her Persephone.
See, yeah. He's already made. Let's call
Yeah.
her Miri. That's what if her name was Persephone and we've just spun the story back around. So we meet up to have coffee, and then it's around 6:30 p.m. ish. We head out to get some dinner. Seafood is the place we pick, and since it's not yet 7, and we're around Shoreditch, London. It's called
Oh.
Shoreditch.
Where were you getting Shoreditch?
Shoreditch? I don't know. Shoreditch, London. I apologize. London.
Shoreditch.
Most places are fairly quiet. We are sitting chit-chatting and getting to know each other, all the usual things to be expected from a first date. I have a good run of 5 minutes where I really get her laughing. We're one of only 4 people, another couple, and are in the restaurant, and the music they play is relatively low, so you can pretty much hear everything that everyone is saying. She lets out a loud giggle, and as we're discussing the relative merits of shark versus cod and then descending into making great white jokes, squelch. I stopped talking immediately. The silence reverberated around the restaurant. Persephone sat frozen like a deer caught in the headlights. She had accidentally farted. However, the squelch also sounded dangerously like a follow-through type fart. At this point, I can't help it. I'm shocked, but also in hysterics and start laughing out loud. She's going bright red, and I'm doing my best to reel it in. I'm wondering if this pretty girl has soiled her pants just slightly. I think I could have perhaps handled the wet fart. We hadn't actually ordered food yet. Mortified, she excuses herself to the ladies' room almost instantly. Then things got even worse. Persephone scuttled to the bathroom rapidly. As she got up, there came a horrendous smell that wafted over to my nose, and it hit me like a sledgehammer. It was diabolical. Like we'd already had the seafood, dessert, and then washed it down with a bottle of wine and licorice. The smell was nauseatingly spectacular. At this stage, our company had noticed something was amiss, and I knew the smell would soon be upon the room. I went from laughter to lucidity to do what needed to be done. I stood up, left, unmatched her from Tinder, deleted her phone number, blocked her on WhatsApp, and deleted our chat entirely. Then I immediately told all my mates. Oh, what an amazing night. Thank you, Persephone.
Oh, what a
No, I was totally on board with that guy. I was like, this guy is going to save the day.
What a start
Wow.
to our Reddit confession thread here.
How do you...
In that situation, what's your, like, that's happened to you, Persephone has just left and ran. What do you do?
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
I don't think I walk up. I get up and leave. Like,
No, I don't think I'd get up and leave.
I expect that she's brought her phone. So I text her saying, maybe after, no, fuck, I wouldn't actually.
so you're playing a role-playing game.
Because it's like, it's the first date as well, so you don't know her.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
fuck.
just text her. Bunch of ha-ha-has.
You okay?
No.
FaceTime her. Persephone, you good in there?
Hey, you've been in there for a while. You
maybe
feeling
not
okay?
Fuck, I don't know. It's like, if you're certain that has happened, I'm thinking, like, is it better to just ignore it? Because that way then she has to deal with it and she can get a friend or something like that.
Oh, I don't know.
Because then it's like, or is it possible that, like, you could go, like, I could run back and grab, like, some spare jeans or something, but then that's, like, so much more awkward. No, I think it might be the best option.
Just to walk,
Get up and leave, unmatch her, everything.
Maybe make up an excuse to say as if you're the one ditching.
I have to go. I just shit myself.
Excuse me.
I have to go back
That
to my house.
That is actually the best excuse.
But I mean, if this guy had any thoughts of anything going down later, and he already knows that there's going to be a mess downstairs if you catch my drift.
No, I know, but like obviously that entire night's ruined. But like just to save face for her, just
That
like,
entire night, that entire month's ruined.
Could have been the love of his life there. Like.
Maybe that could have been a funny first date story to tell the kids and
Yeah,
grandkids.
there you go.
Oh, your mother shit herself when we first met. I remember it well.
I made her laugh so hard. She shit herself.
She literally shit herself on our first date. I remember it well. I ordered the cod. Your mother shit herself. Persephone.
No, I honestly God think that could be the best way. I'd just go like, just go home and then but text her later saying, oh lol, I had to leave there, like, and makes up some excuse. I love that excuse. I shit myself, so I had to leave. That way, it's like she's like, oh lol, me too. It's like, yeah, no, I know, I was just joking. Oh jeez, that's horrific.
It's a good kickoff, I guess.
Yeah.
P.S. Your vagina's in the sink.
I want.
Yes.
You've read all these, haven't you?
No, I haven't read.
Do you want to let D try to read one? Just because I want to
yeah,
see
you
him
could, yeah.
try to hold back laughter,
Yeah,
because
okay.
it was quite funny to see you.
Giveth me the device.
Let me read a short one here.
Okay, good.
Give him the next
When I
big
first
long one.
moved to New York, I was set up on a blind date with a Wall Street type. You know, the pinstripe wearing, briefcase toting, scotch and soda drinking charmer. The date went fairly flawlessly
Sounds like a
until he
prat.
invited me back to his place after informing me that he was wearing an adult diaper and he liked to be spanked. I tried my hardest not to react. A few minutes later, I excused myself to the restroom and ran to the closest train station.
Appropriate behaviour.
Yeah, definitely. Fully on board with that.
But you know what? Who should have been wearing an adult diaper?
Yeah, you opened from the
Persephone.
Persephone.
Oh yeah,
All of that could have been avoided.
Absolutely. D, if you want to scroll through, these are probably the best ones I found on that page. If you scroll through anything there,
Where do I?
I was going to hand you my bag. Anything at all. I mean,
Anything.
they're
Anything.
titles, and then you can kind of just.
I want to
just
find
read
a
away.
slightly shortish one.
I don't know if any are short.
Okay, it's a pretty short one. Okay.
You gotta put drama into it.
Okay.
Did I do well in the reading?
Oh, you did. I
You
love
did,
it.
yeah.
Thank you.
Date horror story number 4. Dick sick.
Oh.
For months I would get with my housemate's hot brother.
It's like I laughed and then I thought about what it could mean.
Just read out the title again.
Dick sick.
Dick sick.
4 months I would get
Sponsored
with my
by Coca-Cola.
housemate's hot brother if he'd visit or if I went to stay at hers. So when he moved to London, we finally went on a date. I was super nervous, so I had some Dutch courage, maybe a bit too much.
Oh, excellent.
Then carried on drinking once I met up with him. I don't remember going back to his at all, but just remember he was doing his thang in my mouth. I think I stopped at the wrong part.
Can we rewind a second? I don't remember. He was
doing-
what was the previous sentence?
Dog. He's doing my.
I don't
he was doing
remember
his
going
dog.
back to his at all.
I don't remember going back to his
But
next sentence.
just remember he was doing his thing in my mouth,
Fair enough.
and I knew I was about to vomit.
Oh,
But
no.
but didn't want to ruin his moment.
Oh, charmer. Fucking
I was
charmer.
holding it all in my mouth, but so much vomit came up it exploded everywhere.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Then he passed me the cup, where I continued to vomit after I had covered his penis with sick.
Oh, Jesus.
Puke everywhere.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
that's
Yum,
not all that was everywhere.
Yum.
Right, okay. First of all, credit to the girl.
Here.
Not credit to
no,
girl.
credit
She
to
made
the
a
girl.
She
bad
didn't want to
call.
ruin his
She
moment.
didn't want to ruin his moment, Sean.
She
She didn't want to.
Credit to her. She made a bad call, but at least she had conviction to just straight up follow through with it.
She knew it was happening. That's she
Yeah.
knew it was going to happen,
Yeah.
and she didn't stop.
Oh
so,
my
here.
God.
I hope she made eye contact with him.
Jesus Christ.
You never break eye contact
That's a horrible mess
when you're
to try
puking
to
over
clean.
someone's dick.
Oh.
And these are first dates as well.
Yeah.
So you just met this girl. Next thing she's vomiting over your Todger.
Oh,
We've all been there. Do you want to read one, Shanzies?
I'll try one.
Go on,
Yeah,
just
okay.
scroll you in there
Yeah.
and find something.
I think
Something properly
That page.
rude.
Anything after, what did you go to 4? Anything
I went to
after
4,
4,
yeah.
yeah.
right.
You could go 5, 6.
10? I don't know if there's a
It
10.
might even go to 10.
I'm seeing one with a picture of Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
Sure, let's go with that.
So
Relevant.
date horror story number 7. Psycho racist stalker.
Ooh, this is a nice ring to it.
He said, I date Filipino girls because they've usually been raped by their fathers or brothers, and I seem to be really
Pick a different.
mesh.
pick a
Well,
Sean, pick
with
a different
Sean.
story.
yes.
I'm gonna cut that right.
Yeah.
Sean, for the love of God, pick a different story.
Yeah. I'm done with that.
Did you proofread that at all? Did you? What did you? Come on, Sean. Come on.
Read the first sentence, man.
Jesus Christ.
It's like a synopsis, you know? That's what it's there for.
Okay.
It's tap dancing. Fuck.
Let's
Oh,
just cut that one.
yeah. I'm literally going to have Sean reading the number.
Okay, Sean, you can read one.
That's
Just
a nice
black.
ring to it. And then just our reactions.
Redacted.
Yeah, redacted.
No, yeah, just like a blackout, then cut it. Let's just cut that one.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay, Sean, have another go.
Date horror story number 8. The vampire kisser.
Okay, this is a bit better.
There's
I've
no way
had
this could be bad.
Many bad dates. One of the worst / funniest. We started off on a good note. She was on time. I was on time. She liked weird fantasy books. I liked weird fantasy books. Conversation was awesome. Things were going well.
Okay.
At the end of the date, she leaned in towards me and we kissed.
Ooh.
It was one of those beautiful floating on the cloud type of kisses. At least until she bit my lip. I think she meant it to be playful, innocent sort of bite. Instead, she took a chomp out of me. I felt like she was trying to bite my lip off. Needless to say, I shouted in pain. My lip was suddenly bleeding heavily. Jesus. I pulled away quickly, but not before some of the blood from my lip got to her mouth. She instinctively spat the blood back out on me. It landed on my face and shirt. A little landed in my eye, stinging. You're disgusting, she shouted. Not exactly what I needed to hear as I desperately cratered my bleeding lip. I grabbed a bunch of napkins and stuffed them in my mouth. When I looked back up, she was gone, disappeared like a ninja in a bad children's movie. Needless to say, we didn't ever have a second date, though. We did, however, run into each other in a pharmacy a few weeks later. Not only did my lip hurt, but I couldn't even think about kissing anyone for several weeks. Oh.
She just took a chunk
Yeah,
out
hang
of his
on,
lip.
yeah, whenever,
And I
whenever
blamed
you
him.
said like she
And then,
playfully
yeah.
bit his lip, I was like, oh, okay.
But
That's like, I think from that story, I think she took half the guy's lip off.
yeah.
Then
the
spat
fucking
it
lip.
back at him and blamed him for being
Yeah.
disgusting.
But
You're
she
disgusting.
spat it back at him and like it covered enough area that it must have been
Yeah.
a good amount of blood.
Yeah, a serious amount.
I just
of blood.
love the idea, the image of a girl spitting, just going, "You're disgusting," and then turning and leaving as you fucking like bandage up your busted
Yeah.
lip.
I think the best one so far is still Persephone. Yeah.
Persephone.
All right, I have one here. Date horror story number 9.
Number 9.
Mama Bear.
Wish to be here.
Aight.
We met on a Tuesday night. Stayed up all night drinking and talking. Eventually, he told me he loved me that very same night.
Oh no.
Okay,
No, Jesus. Pulling it.
There's
Pulling
that
Ted Mosby.
proofreading.
that's
I may have said I loved him back, but I was the drunkest I had ever been, so
Okay.
he shouldn't have held me to it. I sobered up a bit. We went back to his bed. He fell asleep mid blowjob. I went to sleep for 45 minutes. Then I got up, went to work with my first hangover, had an awful day at work because of said hangover, then went back to his place again that night. That's when he told me
straight back to his.
about the key.
I'm
He had
intrigued.
made me a key to his place after I met him
Oh my
once.
god.
I kind of laughed it off because it was a really nice condo and having a key would have made it easy to get in if we started hooking up or dating.
I'm sorry.
The rest of the evening, though, he kept telling me that he loved me. My body was his to do with as I pleased for as long as I wanted him, that I was his mama bear, etc., etc. I was sitting there on his couch thinking about another guy that he knew I was having trouble getting over. That's when I really realized that this was not the best idea.
Really?
I figured I could deal with it for the night and break the news to him the next day, so we went to bed. When he started up with the I love you stuff again while we were cuddling, I finally said, "That's really sweet, but you don't. You may think you do, but you're really just infatuated with me." Which led to a discussion about how he was sure that he really loved me, at which point I said, "You know what? You're a great guy and you're really sweet, but I don't think I can be with you. I don't think I can be what you need me to be. I'm still not over that other guy. I told you about... Oh, pardon me, guys. I'm still not over that other guy I told you about, and this is all just moving too fast for me." And I left. To his credit, he didn't try to change my mind. He didn't throw a fit, and he let me go. It's a shame, really, because he's a really sweet guy, but he had no chill.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. There was one person who made a series of bad decisions in
Her.
that story, and it was her. He tells you he loves you in the first date. I love you too.
Yeah.
Stay
But she
over
was
and
drunk.
come back
That's,
the next.
that's fair though, because I've had friends who just when they get drunk, that's just the thing they do.
Yeah.
You tell people that they love them.
Okay, which still her bad decision though.
Yeah, still her bad decision.
And then she came back to his house right after work.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird. She took the key off him.
Yep. And she's decided
And
to
she
say
stayed the night.
another night. Yeah, that was
Come
all
on,
on
like-
her. All on her. Because that
Come
was just
on.
him.
Yeah.
From the sound of the story, that's just the way
You
he
feel
thinks.
bad for him, yeah.
Whereas, like, she knew that it was wrong, but she was like, but it's a nice place.
It was just like it was too difficult for her to like
yeah.
just go like just
Nah,
kind
you
of
alright, mate.
She was like, I'll do it tomorrow, and then no, bad idea. Yep.
All right. Here we go, guys. Sorry. Here we go, guys. This is where the not safe for work part of the story kicks in.
I mean, we did hear a
Guys,
story.
No,
Time
no,
to
it's
put on
terrible.
your headphones.
Yeah, no, it's already. This is date horror story number 11, the blowjob from hell. Now, this comes with a warning. Very not safe for work. If you don't want to read about explicit sexual matters, ignore this post.
Read on.
So I met a guy on the bus. Jesus Christ. I met a guy on the bus on the way home from
This
school
has
one night.
not begun well.
Not my type. He had that cocky bad boy juice head thing going on, and I'm more into guys with rainbow hair and eyeliner. But I didn't know anyone in the neighborhood, so I figured, what the hell? And he seemed to be a nice guy. We text a few times over the next week. He shows up at my door one night. Fine, I was just watching reruns of South Park in my jammies anyway. We go upstairs, start to get a little freaky. He takes his pants off and I start blowing him. Don't come in my mouth, I said. Oh, I wouldn't, he says quickly. 2 minutes later, he does. I choke. I'm allergic to semen.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I run to the bathroom, wash my mouth out, gargle with chlorhexidine and take an antihistamine. Go back to my bedroom and tell him that's a seriously uncool thing to do. If someone says not to. He makes some excuse about he didn't mean to. I'm just too talented at giving head. Whatevs. I'm pretty average. But I figure he's embarrassed enough and I let it go. I try to carry on, but he won't kiss me or have sex with me. I mentally shrug. Could he still be embarrassed? Could be he's a one orgasm kind of guy. Could be he's squicked out by kissing girls after they've given him a blowjob. An idiotic but extremely prevalent viewpoint amongst a lot of men in England. Oh, it's England. It's England.
That surprised
That
me.
was
actually.
America, yeah.
So I got an itch. We don't see each other for a few months. Then he sees me walking home from the bus one night and calls me from his garden. I go in and say hi. I give him a hug. We talk a little bit about setting up an exercise plan for me. He's a personal trainer, I should have explained.
Okay.
He says I can't come in and do it tonight because his mom's home and he's scared of her. Should have been a red flag, eh? But he'll come to my house one night this week. He shows up a few days later and hurries me upstairs so he doesn't have to meet my mom. I guess he thinks all mothers are scary, eh? He sort of half-assedly writes down a few exercises for me to do and then says, I can't concentrate. All I can think about is my mouth. Your mouth. On my cock. I sort of look him up and down. Don't even think about coming in my mouth this time, I say. No, I won't, he says. I'm really sorry. Nothing like that has ever happened before. I go to kiss him and he jumps back in horror. I don't kiss, he says. Are you joking? No, I never kiss anyone that I'm not in love with. I'm silent for a moment. Then, do you have sex with people you're not in love with? Sometimes. Are we going to have sex tonight? Probably. My brain should be yelling at me to cut my losses and run. But hell, it's been a couple of months since I had sex and it's pretty rippled and the guy's pretty rippled and smells like aftershave. And I've never been with a guy who really paid attention to his body before, and I'm curious. We get naked. He touches me hesitantly with one finger on the outside. He won't slip it in or anything. It's like he's either scared or hasn't got a clue what he's doing, or both. I try to tell him what I'm like, but he pulls my head into his lap. I'm just nervous. Give me a few minutes to relax and then we'll do it. Brain remembers what happened last time, but stupid libido is making excuses. That was just a one-off. You should have told him you were allergic, I keep saying. Anyone can make a mistake once. Come on, you're going to be getting laid in a minute. That overrides my brain, so I start sucking him. And not 10 seconds later, he's shooting his load into my mouth again.
God.
This time the reaction is worse. Some allergies get worse with repeated exposure and instantaneous. My airway almost totally closes up within seconds and I scrabble to my nightstand drawer for an EpiPen. If I hadn't been turning blue right that moment, I would have been anyone's guess which one of us were more inclined to stab. I'm not sure which is more embarrassing, his lack of control or lack of caring, or my hideously bad judgment for giving him a second chance. For the record, I've given plenty of blowjobs before and since this incident, and I've never had a problem. Most guys know when to respect a girl and when they're about to come. I keep the EpiPen for emergencies. I've never needed it since except this one guy. And that's the end of that story.
That was quite underwhelming, the end of that story.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
actually. I thought that was going to go somewhere.
I thought he was going to be like a
I thought he was going to
fucking-
bail from the house or something, leave her in an
Yeah.
epileptic fit or whatever.
Turns
she
out
was
he's like
having.
a fucking dickhead. He was just
To be honest, I
He
think
is a dickhead.
yeah, but that's her own poor judgment. She met the guy
Yeah.
once,
Ye-
sleeps with him, doesn't see him again.
Mhm.
He turns out to be a personal trainer. She invites him in, and next thing they're
Well,
rolling
to
about
be
me.
fair, it's like,
he sounded nervous
Like-
as fuck as well.
yeah,
Sure he did. He might have been a bit like
muted.
awkward about it. Yeah.
What?
What did you say?
New to it.
New to it. I thought he
And the
said.
se-
I honestly thought he said he might have been a bit neutered. I was like, maybe that's how it works.
My friend set me up with a guy who was really into improv. Since I'd taken an improv class in
Improv.
college, we started talking about it. When I mentioned I'm not that great at it, he insisted that we play an improv game for 30 minutes. In one scene, he wanted me to pretend to be his mom. Never
Oh,
again.
boy,
I haven't
oh,
seen him
boy, oh,
since.
boy, oh, boy.
Okay, I thought they was going to go into that story.
Was this improv? This is sexual improv.
Yeah,
I thought they were
yeah,
gonna
because
just
I
do
was
it.
just imagining a comedy show.
Improv. Okay. Give me a scenario.
You
give me a
better
scenario.
tidy your room.
Oh, no, Sean. In college, I was set up on a blind date. The guy had a lot of energy, to say the least. After a group dinner, we were headed to a party, and he
That's
started
'cause he
being a
drinks
punk to the
Monster.
car next to us. The driver in that car then shot the back window out in our car. Date over.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
My worst date was in college, blind date set up by my friends. I say friends because I suspect that's how much they actually liked me after that. The guy walks into the restaurant and launches into telling me about his schizophrenic mother, his traumatic home life, and the denture plate of his now dead father, which he carries around in his pocket for luck.
For luck.
Yes, he did
Yeah.
take it out to show me. I guess he thought he brought it with him on loads of dates before because then he added, nice boobs, by the way. I got up and left.
Yeah.
At least he complimented her.
I had a friend in college that thought it'd be funny to hook me up with a blind date from a girl. He assured me Terry, and I would hit it off straight away. When I got to the door, I realized it was a prank as the poor girl smiled up at me. I decided not to spoil the evening by telling her my friend was a moron. So I took her out to dinner and then a bar. She was actually okay. The real horror was when I started walking her to her doorstep. She invited me in, which I refused. She told me that I was handsome and a gentleman, and she wanted to show how grateful she was that I took her out. I didn't want to insult her or have her think I didn't like her and it was her fault. I told her I was sorry, but I was gay. Before I could explain the situation, she got angry and asked why I was wasting her time. She kicked me in the nuts and slammed the door in my face.
To be fair, it's still a better ending than like the awkward. I don't know.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm gay. Bang! Right in the fucking nuts, boy.
About 10 minutes into a blind date, the guy whipped out a book about Walmart and started telling me about
Fuck, you
how
said a
it's-
book.
Yeah.
The guy whipped out a book about Walmart and started telling me that it changed his life and that Sam Walton was his god. I nodded along, asking questions, and told myself that maybe I would learn something interesting about Sam Walton. But I could tell that there was something off about this dude. Moments later, he proceeded to go on seemingly unrelated tangent about how everyone in the world has their price. He told me I had a price. When I asked him what he meant by that, he pointed at a woman sitting at a bar and said, "That girl has a price. I could get her to go home with me right now if I offered her enough money." Same with you. After picking up my jaw from the floor, I said a few choice words and left. Total creepazoid.
Yeah. True.
Everyone has a price. Everyone.
I was introduced to a man by a mutual friend who told me he was decent and I should get to know him. After speaking to him on the phone for some time, I decided I was going to meet him, so we agreed we were going to watch a play and told each other what we'd be wearing, so we knew when to meet. When I met him, the first thing I noticed is that he did not have the six-pack that he spoke of, but a pouch. Secondly, he was very odd. He kept tossing banana chips at people and making weird noises. That's the end of the story.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that
I
one.
love that one for the
Short,
simplicity.
simple,
Yeah.
sweet.
I want to hear a story where it's an awful first date, but they actually make
Like,
it work.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to have many of these.
What's the other tabs?
Well, this is one of them. Though we rarely hit it off on the phone, we met in person. My blind date looked nothing like he said he did, and we spent our entire date talking about how unattractive he is and how women constantly rejected him, asking me if I thought I was ugly. I cut the date short, declined a second date, and thought I was in the clear when I didn't hear from him for a couple of days. Then I got an email from him. Not a single word, just a photo of his penis.
When in doubt, send a dick pic.
Yep, that's pretty
Romance.
much
Because
it.
it's dead, but it's not.
Jesus, no.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of effort to send a dick pic.
Like, you gotta choose Washington Monument or like.
There we go.
Oh,
Advice on dick pics.
That's not the first time this has come up on
No,
this fucking
it's not.
podcast. We did a podcast on dick pics before.
Yeah. Oh, how to crack social media, I think was the title.
Yeah.
But dick pics was in there.
Primarily dick pics.
That's like 90% of social media.
Yeah. This person has two dating experiences that they wanted to tell Reddit about. First one is pretty simple. We were going to watch a play together at her high school. She brought another guy with her. He bought a ticket at the door and had his hand on her lap the whole time. I was going to ask her about it, but she sent me home first. I guess that doesn't really count as a date, at least not for me. The second one was from Plenty of
That's awful.
Fish. We sat
That
at a
is
Tim
awful.
Hortons, chatted a while. It was really cool.
Tim Hortons Belfast.
She brought me back to her place, and it really, really stunk. Girls usually apologize in advance because they have a messy place. At worst, it's just clothes on the ground, but this was actually awful. She asked me to pick a movie to watch together and pointed to her DVDs above some kitchen cabinets. I have no idea why she stored them there. She's shorter than I am, and I had to step onto the counter to reach. I don't remember what we watched because she was on POF on her phone messaging someone the whole time. I take it that's like WhatsApp or something, maybe in Canada.
Plenty of Fish.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, of course. Oh yeah, and she had more DVDs in her drawer. I opened it and saw movies as well as dildos, handcuffs, and before anyone said anything, she clarified that she doesn't do anything on the first date. I ordered us food, paid for it, and left after eating.
My God.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's
It's like
nice.
that episode
It's
of
like,
Friends.
you gotta think though, like these people,
Gotta do it in the
like
dark.
they stick with their, like they stick with their tactics because they seem to work for them sometimes. And it's
Yeah.
just like, when do they work for them?
But to be fair, right, to that girl who lives in a shitty mess, at least she's not like pretending to be somebody who she's not. At least she's not lying about having a six pack. You know,
Yeah.
she lives in trash. Come up to my house where it's shit.
Yeah, okay, I guess.
You know, if you were into that, she would have found love.
Yeah.
100%.
On POF. Puff.
I hadn't been
Are
on
you
a
puffing tonight?
date in a while, so when my friend agreed to set me up with a friend of hers, I didn't really ask much more of it other than his name and age. Well, once I got to the restaurant, I realized the guy was an ex-boyfriend of mine.
That's just
That's
unbelievably awkward.
That's just it.
It'd
How
have
do
been
you
a
not
few-
how do you not make that connection? It's like, oh, he's
Yeah,
such
his
and such.
name.
It had been a few years since we dated, but the breakup was pretty bad, and we definitely hadn't kept touch or remained friends. It was totally awkward, so much that we didn't even have a laugh about it. It was clear that neither of us wanted to continue with the date, so we just kind of said, see you later, and went our own separate ways.
I'm going to guess it there from around here as well, because like from either England or
But,
Scotland.
what I don't get is how would the best friend not know, you know what I mean, setting her up.
Yeah,
you
they're
know
not
what I
that good a friend.
No.
They're not that good of friends, let me tell you.
I once had a blind date show up to pick me up 2 hours late. I had already figured he was standing me up, so I got into my pajamas and was watching a movie in bed when he showed up drunk at my door. I was pretty annoyed, to say the least. He was barely apologetic, saying he was out with friends drinking and had lost track of time, which didn't exactly qualify as a good reason in my opinion. He even had the gall to suggest we begin our date right there and then, since, and I quote, you are already in bed. That's a no for me, thanks.
Well, you know, sometimes
for that reason,
sometimes
I'm
that,
out.
that lines
Sometimes
work.
it works. It's like the naked man theory.
Yeah. Except that's just never gonna work.
No.
You're already in bed, girl. How about we move it up there?
Okay, we'll finish on
That's
this
how I
one.
imagine that person
Is that,
sounds.
how do you
Well,
that? Like that
Sounds-
that's worked for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Date horror story number 13, The X-Files. He texted me earlier. Actually, Sean, do you want to read this one?
No, I'm good. I like in the voice, the narration.
He texted me earlier that he would meet me at the restaurant at 8. I agreed, got ready, and reached the restaurant at 7:58. I'm a punctuality freak. I don't really know if that counts as punctuality freak. 7:58 to 8?
That's as punctual as it gets, Chris.
All right.
Because if you're early, that's not necessarily punctuality. You're just
define
early.
that he's not there. So I got a booth and decided to wait. And I waited and waited and waited. Finally, after 25 minutes, he arrives. He stares at me in horror. Are you here already? Aren't girls always late? Not me, I reply. We order food and spend the next 1 hour staring down at their plates. Every time I tried to start a conversation, he gave that reply that basically said, please don't make me talk. We continued staring down at their plates. He got a text message, and after reading it, he seemed to be in After reading it, he seemed to be in actual physical discomfort. I asked if he was okay. He replied, it's my ex. I can't stop thinking about her. It's just been 2 years since we broke up. He covered his face with his hands. Wow.
End of story.
Oh, that is actually the end of the story. I thought we were going to finish on a big note there, but no, that was it.
How is that the X-Files? What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
What? That was an
Yeah,
awful
that
time
was
for
an
that
awful-
little episode.
Your wallpaper's upside down.
No.
Nope, meant to be that way, Sean.
think that, but it is not upside down.
It's meant to be that way, Sean. The
Yep.
wall was built small stones at the bottom, large at the top.
That's how you build it, Sean.
Yep.
Any basic stonemason will tell you that.
Gentlemen, what do we think of some of those stories there this evening?
I still think Persephone's got the top.
Persephone had
billion.
to take the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who says it's wallpaper?
The-
by the way.
Sorry, them stones are upside down.
The
The
allergic.
gravity doesn't work
The
right.
allergic to semen one. I think she should have known better.
She should have known better. It was a
Yeah.
good story in the sense of a character study of her.
It
And we were
sounds like she's given quite a lot of blowjobs and not had the issue before. So
No.
maybe she was going on the real logic of
The
probabilities.
presumption.
But she doesn't win the most wrong person on that list. That goes to your woman
Who led your man on?
who led your man on by saying, "Oh yeah, I love you too. Oh yeah, you have a nice flat. Oh
Yeah, I'll take
your
a key.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way.
I don't like you at all.
That's how serial killers are born.
Like that way?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
As in, which one's a serial killer?
well, not serial killers, but like these crazy psycho stalkers and things. Like, he was
Yeah.
saying,
Oh, being led on, like,
the
yeah.
entire time. Oh, I love you, and she was like, yeah, I love you too. And
Yeah.
here's a key to your place. Oh, it's going so well.
Yeah.
Next thing, she just turns around and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, by the way,
That'll
I'm not that into you.
that'll
Yeah.
fuck with your
Well,
kind
to
of
be fair,
perception
like
as
he's
well,
like if he was then to go on to become a serial killer, he probably had something wrong with him. in the
Yeah,
first
well that's
place.
it. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's very true, yeah.
But like
Absolutely.
if you're that would confuse you a lot. Like if you're the type of person
Yeah.
who says I love you after like meeting a person,
And
it
then
will
you got
confuse
it,
you
and
quite
you
a lot.
finally got that back. You'd be
Yeah.
like, oh shit, this is the one.
And then for it to be gone. Like,
Yeah.
We do hope that you listening or watching enjoyed some of those stories, and if you do, let us know below, because we would like to know if this was kind of like a trial run. If you
Yeah.
enjoyed
Yeah.
some of like the this kind of Reddit thing that we're trialing here now. Let us know, and if it's a hit, we will continue to do this. We will subreddit the shit out of our
Let
podcast.
us know. Let us know
Let
your
us know.
worst date story.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, do that.
Yeah, that could happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
People aren't going to reply with
No.
that, are they?
But thank you.
Well, then let us know the best
thank
date
you for
story you've
tuning
heard.
into that, and thank you to Reddit and some of those people for their confessions, because
Yeah.
that was awesome. Gentlemen, do we have anything we want to add? Actually, before we do some final thoughts, I should probably say that, remember, you can find this podcast and all our previous podcasts over on iTunes.com. Or you can find us on any other podcast hosting service. Just search for the Xite Gaming Podcast, where you will find us. You can take us with you on the go that way. You can take us anywhere you wish. A lot of people listen to podcasts in cars, driving.
Yep.
I myself like to listen to podcasts in the shower, in the bath, or sometimes while I'm just playing the game. I have a podcast on in the background.
Ah, okay.
That's generally how I listen to them. If it's just a game, I can just play away and tune out what's actually going on in the game,
Yeah.
listen to a podcast. If I'm grinding away or something, Minecraft, for
Yeah,
one.
okay.
It's a great
Perfect
podcast.
example for a podcast game.
Yeah. I've actually started listening to a new podcast. It's called the Best Darn Diddly Podcast, Simpson podcast,
Ah,
where
nice.
two guys review Simpson
Excellent.
episodes.
Ah,
It's terrific.
okay.
That does sound
You
pretty
can find that
terrific.
on Spotify as well.
It's a good name for it.
Yeah, the Best Darn Diddly
That's
Podcast.
darn diddly.
You can find that there. You can find them there. I don't know where you'll find us. But no, you'll find the video version of all these podcasts and all of our other content over at youtube.com. Just search for Xite Gaming. You'll find some gaming videos. You'll find some little spoof intros, parodies. You'll find a Try Not to Laugh challenge. You will also
You'll find a lot.
just a lot. It's an entertainment channel. You'll find
great
a lot of stuff.
You
like that.
content.
have a good range of stuff now.
We have 151 videos, Sean.
No, but like, as in those 151
5,
videos, you sort of like
1.
touch on like a lot of different
Oh yeah,
categories.
There's a lot of
which is
gaming.
good.
There's a lot of gaming. But then there's a lot of
because it's a gaming
152
channel. But
there's a
you
lot of fucking Neil gaming as of late.
Neil Gaiman.
Anyone?
North
that was
Dakota.
Oh,
Buy
that is
that book.
good.
Swish.
I bought that
Swish.
hardback book as well.
Swish.
For
Yeah.
£9. That's a great buy.
$9.
Go and buy that, guys.
If you're doing a
Whoever's
YouTube
in charge
channel,
of the title for this video,
Yeah.
gaming podcast.
The Neil Gaiman.
Oh,
podcast.
right.
No,
The
just the
gaming.
gaming podcast.
gaming, like
Like
Neil
Xite gaming
gaming,
podcast.
I'm right. Hang on. You're saying two different things here.
gaming,
Xite GAIMAN
Neil gaming,
podcast.
Yeah, perfect. That's
the Neil
Yeah.
gaming
Yeah. The
experience.
Xite Gaming Podcast.
Here,
North
do you
Mythology.
want to know a top tip, by the way?
Neil Gaiman. ING.
Exactly. A top tip. Anyone doing a YouTube channel ever, anytime that you are discussing an object or thing in a video or on a podcast, make sure you name the price in dollars.
Why?
Because it just sounds more better. It just sounds like what you expect off of YouTube. Yeah, I got this bottle of Coke. It costs like $2.
Oh, okay.
They always do that, right? What? Do you ever notice that on YouTube?
Neil Gaiman. Well, this book.
If they do
Yeah.
that on YouTube,
This book was only
then it-
$12.
Yeah. This is the thing. These are the things that I pick up when I'm watching YouTube channels.
See, when-
It's like,
when people do that
particularly in
on
America,
YouTube-
they'll tell you how much their shit
$12
costs.
bucks.
It
Yeah.
sounds like it's advertising then, like subtle advertising.
Yeah,
at some
but
point.
I
This
just
is
think
not
that's
an
part of
ad.
the
No,
culture.
we're not.
We've
Like we wish
clarified
it was, because then we'd be getting paid.
You know, we just use these stands here. They cost like $30.
Yeah.
They
yeah,
always do
right,
that.
true,
They
yeah,
always
yeah.
do that.
I'm playing Minecraft in the minute. It cost me like $10.
Yeah, it got great value for like $10.
Yeah.
They rented me for like a while. Like I'm pretty cheap.
Everybody has their price.
Everyone has a price.
Turns out mine was 2 bottles of Coke.
Closing,
It's like $15.
closing thoughts, anyone?
Yeah, make sure.
I did forget to
name
talk
prices.
about something, but sure, I'll throw it in next time. Dear White People's a good show also.
It's
Oh,
on
okay.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's on the Netflix. Okay, yeah. There's one thing that we forgot to talk
something
about.
something I'm going to talk about as well. Is,
We got lots to go with.
Okay,
now.
let's keep going.
You thought it was over? Oh, you were dead wrong.
We're going to go see Han Solo this week.
Yeah.
When?
Do you want to join us?
This
when?
week, Sean.
What day are you free?
I'm sort of, my sister's coming home this weekend. I mean this week, so I'm in Armagh for a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm not free this week.
You were hoping I'd be in Belfast, so that I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah, that's fine. No, yeah, we should definitely
I'll
go
be in
see Solo. I'm free Tuesday evening, and then again, I don't know. I'll have to check.
Just
my
give
room.
us your whole fucking schedule, Sean.
Actually, Monday evening is good for me.
Monday evening should work best for me.
Bank holiday.
bank
You're probably
holiday,
going back
yeah.
to Belfast.
I'll be going back up, but like I'm home Monday, so
Well, we
should
could
be
do it
too
Monday
awkward.
earlier in
We
the
could go
day,
see it,
but
yeah.
would that work for you?
No, I'm working to 4.
Ah,
That's fine.
well,
6
after four?
o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
What time?
10
Tell me what
o'clock.
place.
Probably 8 o'clock. Monaghan Omniplex, and that goes to anyone who's
Nice.
listened to this
Yeah.
podcast to this point.
Oh
on
shit,
the
'cause it's
Monday,
coming out Monday.
You want to
Yeah.
go see Han Solo with us? Come to Monaghan.
You've got,
at
like,
8 bells.
You've got, like,
I'll
an
think
hour
about
or two.
it just because
Yeah.
Get that
I'll
sorted.
not be able to get to Monaghan unless I have the car. So if I have the car, I'm totally there.
Awesome, Sean. I could really go for some food before that as well. I could really go for a KFC, so I'd like to hit that up first.
There you go.
That's
KFC
cool.
followed by
Bop,
Han
boop.
Solo.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Speaking of sci-fi, which I guess Star Wars is sci-fi, even though it's more fantasy.
yeah, your other show.
The Expanse,
Damn.
which we wanted to talk about. Another show similar to what do you call it there? Brooklyn Nine-Nine got cancelled. People couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
People got hurt by that.
It got buried in Brooklyn Nine-Nine though. Hence why it
yeah,
like people thought, no, it's not going to get
Gotta
Right.
it's not going to get saved.
revived.
Revived.
To
It's
use
not going to get
our
revived.
customer's word.
Well.
Well, here we
the table
go.
has turned. The shoe is on
How are the
other way.
turntables?
Oh right. Oh my god.
I've got another thing as well. I'm going to talk about right after this. But the Expanse was sealed for
Are you
anyone
going
who
to talk
cares.
about JT?
Yeah, the Expanse was sealed by anyone
Are
who
you actually?
cares. Yeah, I got excited. Let me get my piece out,
By
Chris.
Jeff Bezos.
By Jeff Bezos of Amazonian
Talk about it
fame.
now.
Yeah.
Can you recommend The Expanse? I haven't seen it, so
Yeah, if you enjoy hard sci-fi, definitely. It's not the best acting, it's not the best story, but like it's just so real.
Okay,
It's real.
alright.
Okay.
Absolutely excellent show. Check it out on the
If I was to watch
Netflix.
one episode, would I like it?
Yep.
Okay. Then
Yeah,
there you
watch
go.
the first episode, you'll enjoy it.
No, like as in like if I watch one episode, will that determine whether or not I like the entire show?
What do
Or do I need to watch a few episodes to get into it?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
It's building up to something. The whole first season's building up to something.
Alright. Okay.
The whole second season's building up to something.
Okay.
And then the third season's meant to be very good. We haven't seen it yet.
Alright.
And season 4
So what
is
is
happening.
JT?
No, what were you going to say?
What about JT?
No, is that what you were on to talk about?
I wanted to talk about The Expanse, and then I got to it eventually. And now I'm going to say the other thing I want
Yes,
to talk
what
about.
was
is
that?
I watched The Social Network
Oh, brilliant.
with JT, where that phrase that you
Sean
used
Napster.
is used. And I have to say, he did a very good job of making me not like that character.
Yes.
Oh. Yes.
Very good job.
Very
Yeah.
good job indeed.
Very
I love the
dislikable
Social Network. It's a great movie.
personage.
Yeah.
Very
Personage.
rewatchable.
Very
Really
rewatchable.
enjoyed Andrew Garfield in it.
Yes.
But he was great in it.
Very, very good.
And yeah,
Your with
really,
your
I just hated
Remove-
Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
cleaner.
with your.
cleaner.
I'm
It's
trying to
better.
remember.
I think we should do that. Exit Gaming Podcast. Not the Exit Gaming
This was
Podcast.
called. There is
We
no
should
the-
add it though.
We should add it.
Yeah.
Make it dirtier.
Yeah.
That's a great film.
It has so many great lines, like Andrew Garfield. It's like with your Prada hoodie and your fuck you flip flops.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that scene.
Aaron Sorkin.
Aaron Sorkin's so good at it.
He
Well,
writes
I guess I'm
amazing
the
dialogue.
first person to ever lie under oath. He's very smart though.
He is,
He's
yeah.
very smart.
I don't know if Mark
Very-
Zuckerberg's like that. If he is, I don't like him.
I think
No,
he
they,
is like
they,
that.
But he's very
they
clever.
definitely exaggerate like characteristics
Oh,
of the
yeah, of
film.
course they
But
do.
like,
Because I
it's
know for
still
a
an
fact Sean
interesting
Parker
story.
isn't that big of a dick in real life.
Yeah.
You know, you really hate him in the Social Network, but like I kind of like him in real life. I think he did well for himself.
It's what is it? It's like, I forgot my point. Doesn't
Yeah.
I don't
matter.
think you had a point, Sean.
Yeah, I never
Um,
do.
You're sitting very far away from the mic.
Anything else?
Okay, and I'm back.
Nothing else I gotta add? Talk about JT. I had a Monster. I'm drinking Monster Assault a wee bit now.
Oh yeah, what do you think?
Nice because it's only a 500ml can.
Oh,
No, 250 ml
that's
can.
yeah, that's a
250
full-on
ml
can, Chris.
no. Oh, I had the purple one during the week at work.
The
Ultra that you
ultraviolet?
got me last podcast.
Yeah.
Did you get me on this podcast?
Nope.
Oh.
I brought the Coke Zeros in glass bottles.
I probably should have kept one of them. But
this time.
yeah, I had it at work. I gave it to one of the guys I was working with. He loved it.
I've been drinking it all week. Delicious, nutritious, and also.
I'm gonna have to
drink.
get you to pick me up a couple of cans.
I'll try and do that. This week.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I'd appreciate that. I'd appreciate that greatly.
And I have to try Punch. I really want to try Punch, but it's gone.
Oh, I tried it.
Well, no.
I don't like it.
Oh boy.
It's you can get it in Blaney there.
Oh boy.
I don't like it. It tastes exactly the same as a pre-workout that I have, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
If any of you want the
But I like the can. I meant to take the can up because it's got like wires and XLRs and stuff on it and a mixer. I'm like,
that would
it's
work
so-
for this.
yeah.
But it
But
doesn't
it's
taste good.
horrible.
If you want any regular Monsters, 250 ml cans, I can get you a lot of those.
There you go. Hit us
Is
up.
that for everyone or just?
Hit me up.
Yeah, for anyone
Yeah.
involved.
Hit me up,
If you comment, like, and subscribe, I will give you one 250 ml can of Monster. Go do those things.
Well, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to be here with you in episode 49. We hope you all have a tremendous week. Stay safe, and we'll see you all next week for episode 50. Bye bye.
Good luck. What was that? Was it a woo?
It's a woo.
You give a woo?
I give a
My
woo.
God.